Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, March 8th, and we're going to be playing some EverQuest Next Landmark. It's quite dark at the moment. It's like midnight, and since I don't have a lot of lights or anything set up in my new claim that I started working on last night, I decided let's try to get some wood. And quickly discovering, I was hoping to get lots of striped wood. Because I'm building using a combination of burled and striped wood. And I'm quickly discovering that not all old growth trees are created equal. Some of them give striped and some of them give burled. The big ones definitely give burled. I still haven't figured out exactly which tree models. So far it's been the smaller ones have been giving striped, so I'm sort of trying to bypass the big ones. And that one gives burled. I don't know. I'm trying to find the rhyme or reason to it. But I figured that way I can get some striped wood and continue building. Because so last night I had a bonus EQN stream, completely off hours. Normally I stream Monday through Thursday and Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific. But last night I was just like, you know what, I really want to play some EQN. This is cool. I saw this guy building this, or I think he used that template because it came up really fast, but I think that's pretty neat. Check this out. So I thought, okay, well, let's stream it. Let's do that. And good thing I did. Hey, Even Horizon, good morning. And good thing I did, because guess who dropped by? Dave Georgeson, and actually he was there for several hours, which was amazing. He was answering questions and just being generally the awesome person that he is. And Omid dropped by as well for a little bit. I think Omid may have taken off when my stream XSplit died, kind of in the middle of the stream. It died a couple times when I switched to an AFK screen. This is really cool. I really like how they've done these railings. I haven't seen railings quite like that before with the two kind of layers. It's nice. The long, thin trees also give striped wood. Yeah, I haven't. That's what I found. It's the long, thin ones. It's definitely not the big, fat ones give burled for sure. But it doesn't seem to be all thin trees either, because like this one just gave me burled. I don't know. I haven't figured out like what the actual, like which trees. But yeah, so he stopped by, he was answering questions, that was lots of fun, and I think we just had a generally good time. If you missed it, it is archived so you can see it. And I didn't get that on YouTube yet. I know some people prefer to watch it on YouTube because you can like throw it on the TV and stuff like that. I haven't done that yet just because whenever I process a video like that, I have sort of a roundabout pipeline for dealing with my videos at the moment. Not the most efficient thing, and it takes a lot of resources for my computer. I didn't want to do that while I'm streaming. So I have moved. As you can tell, I'm on one of the new islands. I'm on Serenity Spine, which is quickly filling up. It was quite empty last night. There were no claims up here, and now there are. So I'm hoping my friend Chikoka, who I know from Eve for a couple years now, she was going to try to grab a claim in here. I don't know if she actually did or not. She was having trouble, so I don't know. Hopefully she'll drop in soon and we can find out. But I'm building using a combo of, there's some striped wood, yay. Building and using a combo of striped wood and burled wood floors again, and just because they look so nice. And then I really love the combo of striped and burled, so the wall, like the framing of the walls, is going to be in striped wood. So once I get back to my claim, you guys can see what I'm talking about. But since it's so dark, I figured let's get some wood, because at the moment I ran out. I had like 4,500, something like that, and it ran out really, really fast. And in fact, I started using a very odd texture. I started using the plain wood, the thatch, just in place of the stripe, just so that like I wouldn't, because I was like, well, I could just use plain wood and then upgrade it later. But I was like, the plain wood might not stand out enough to me, and I might actually the big straight trees you've been running past also give striped wood. Oh, it gives both, doesn't it? Did it give both? I could have sworn that was the same tree. So the big straight trees. Now this one I know gives burled because it's got the face. So I picked up my claim, moved out to Serenity Spine, and I know I was talking about getting, I had some ideas for a sci-fi type of build, which I will absolutely still do. I haven't forgotten about it, but I decided, you know what, I'm in the forest now, let's do a cabin. That just seemed really appropriate. So I'm doing a kind of a modern version of a cabin. Maybe something, I'm kind of taking inspiration for something like you might find maybe in somewhere like Bellevue or like, you know, like in the Pacific Northwest, you know, but a high modern version. So that's kind of where I'm getting that from. But because it's very, very dark on my claim at the moment, so that's why I'm gathering wood. So we'll see. And good morning, Adric. I don't think I said good morning to you yet. Oh, this one. You've been on for like 10 minutes and had 10, or for minutes and had 10 viewers. Yeah, I know. It's because I have the best followers who really like show up. You guys are amazing. So early too. I know for a lot of you guys it's early, at least. Although maybe I'm drawing in the EU audience. The new biomes look nice, but I didn't move my claim. I figured I'll do it when they wipe them. I did go collect a bunch of snow and ice stuff. Yeah, I might have just totally not even whacking this tree. Am I fail chopping? Wish we could talk across streams. Oh, are you streaming right now? Wish you could get on TS. There we go. Where are you? This one maybe? So I'm just grabbing some striped wood, just because it looks so nice with the burl. When I get back, you'll be able to see it. I don't know. I logged on not very long ago, so I haven't actually been paying that much attention to the moon's arc. I don't actually know if it's. Are we early on? Are we, in the night? Are we close to daybreak? I don't know. It's 6 p.m. Not that early. Yeah, but you're in. Where are you? You've told me before, but I don't remember it. Aren't you in France, or where are you? No way I joined at 9 a.m. That's the middle of the night. That's funny. Yeah, I start things off early. That's why I have to have my tea. And once again, kicking it up with full black tea. We want all the caffeine, no green stuff here. Ooh, too hot though. Yeah, no, I'll burn my lips. While possibly entertaining for you, that would probably be pretty darn painful for me. So Eric is streaming, and he says, I literally have a link to yours at the bottom saying about my giveaway, which I should mention, especially with Rama on chat today. Rama very generously gave me 2 Explorer Pack keys for the purpose of giving away, and so that's what I'm doing tonight. I was going to spread it out, but I thought, hey, let's Paris, France, awesome. I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and get those keys to people, because Alpha has just a few weeks left. They're according to Dave Georgeson, they're still absolutely on track to transition to beta March 31st. This is going to be broke, but that's all cool. So I'm going to be giving away 2 Explorer keys today at 6 p.m. because we hit I decided I was going to do it when we hit 150 followers, and we hit it last night during my bonus EQN stream. So I'm going to be doing that today, 6 p.m. 2 keys for Alpha, and it also is good for Beta. And I'll be giving away 10,000 burled wood as well. So definitely, if you can, definitely try to come to that. The only prerequisites, the only things that you'll need to do are follow my channel And you'll need to follow my channel, and you'll need to be there. So be there. Actually, I take that back. There is one other thing. Due to some recent shenanigans, legal shenanigans, Towley, if you haven't heard, Towley actually got totally kicked off Twitch because of some obscure, like, California law dealing with giveaways and people under 18. And so I will also be restricting people who enter. You need to be over 18 just so that I don't get kicked off Twitch. Because right now the terms of service are kind of ambiguous about whose responsibility it is to check that you're 18 and all that good stuff. And since I am a resident of California, I really, really don't want to get kicked off Twitch. Oh, good morning, Shikoka. Wow, earlier. Did you get the game installed? Did you get your claim? Were you able to do that? And Adric says they're not just on track, it possibly may come earlier. Yes. I love that. Look how pretty that is. I want to be able to use stuff like that on this cabin. A friend of mine, Vengeance, also mentioned, and a viewer, he was talking about that he actually was working with vines. I haven't actually used as many of the in-game plants yet, just because I've been building the actual structure. The cat is playing with my cord. Let's get you not doing that. Hi, neighbor! Yay! Where are you? Did you make it up in this area? I'm gonna have to go turn that way and check it out. 6 p.m. Pacific. Yes, correct. 6 p.m. Pacific for the giveaway. So that's 2 Explorer keys and 10,000 burled wood, all at once, but to different people. So yeah. Well, I mean, if you win an Explorer key and burled wood, that's just exceptionally lucky for you. But I'll probably try to get those beta keys to 2 different people, or 2 alpha keys to 2 different people. That seems the most fair. Spread the wealth. So. Actually, I don't think I've been out to Tundra during the middle of the night, so this will be fun, running out here. Shikoka says, yep, it's empty at the moment. I just managed to get on and find a spot I liked and then passed out at like 6 a.m. Holy smokes. Well, I'm glad you finally got some sleep. So I'm going to have to go on a little treasure hunt. You're heading in my direction. Cool. I can't get over, I really love the way that the sheen off the ice, they did a really nice job with that. If you follow the ridge line, finish out. Hopefully you mean this ridge line, if not, just tell me. So I'm going to be looking, what was that? No, that was someone else's, we saw that. So as soon as it gets a little lighter, and I haven't been really following the moon's trajectory, so I'm sort of uncertain as to when that is. What does this give? Left along the ridgeline. Okay, I'll head that way. It's a single flag on the left. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course it would be. I guess I'm like looking at all these flags with 2 or claims with 2 or 3, and you just got the game. That'd be incredible if you had an attached claim. Oh, this guy. Is that you? Head over. Verify. You didn't extend it yet, Shikoka? She just got the game. She's been watching me for like 3 weeks now, and she just got the game. So, very exciting. Wait, Tally got booted off Twitch? That's what I heard. Due to some shenanigans with giveaways. Basically, I don't know. I know it also had to do with like raffling. I don't know if his banning specifically had to do with raffling, but you know, where you like donate to get a better chance to win kind of thing. I know Twitch is kind of cracking down on that. They're just being really ambiguous of whose job it is to like check if the entrant is over 18, and it's just sort of, it's a little. I know a lot of people have stopped giving away stuff, but for now, until they kind of make that a little more clear. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give those keys away because I want you guys to be able to get the full use out of them. As much use as you possibly can. Wick says, must have gotten them fixed since he's streaming right now. Oh, cool. Maybe they sorted that out. Oh, hey, Eric. I see you there. Is this when streams collide? Because he said he's streaming right now, so streams collide. Shikoka's claim, awesome. So you are northwest of me. Very pretty though. How pretty is that? Oh, and you have a plant. You have some plants on your plan. That's nice. Little glowy ones. You see me? Yeah, I do. Totally see you. You look like you might be rubber banding, actually. Maybe not. Could have been just my view of it. Rick says, seriously, you're stalking me again. Edric says he was just talking about me. Hello. Did you say something? Okay. There we go. Like, so my cat has, we have one of those, using grapple, gotcha. I have one of those like pink feathery, like little teeny micro type feathers. What was I getting? Burls, okay. And one of them just like floated up in my face because the cat is rustling and grabbing things below me, hopefully not being too destructive. Chikoka says, on to the tundra and the Valley Mountains on the other side. So pretty. Really pretty. So, Era, where did you end up on after the sleep-deprived land run? Okay, I'm heading that way, seriously. The only reason I'm not kind of building at my claim right now is just because I don't have a lot of lighting, and well, not only do I not have a lot of lighting, but even if I put up a bunch of lighting, the radius on light, they did improve it. Dave Georgeson confirmed that on my stream last night. They did improve the lighting radius, but it's better, but it's still fairly dim. It's hard, it's not quite enough to really work with, I feel. At least doing like sort of the layout and stuff, where I really want enough light to really see what I'm doing. So until I do that, I was initially running around and getting some new striped wood because I ran out. So I was trying to get some more of that. But then I figured I'd go and check out Chikoka's claim and see where she put it, because I was very anxious to see if she made it, because I was looking, I'm like, oh, it got pretty crowded overnight. Did you make yourself those 2 greater light stones yet? I haven't. Maybe I should. I just haven't. I don't know. That probably would be a sensible thing. Coca says, thanks, Rema, I will. I think she was talking about her Trailblazer items, which I guess did not arrive. So yeah, she should put in a ticket about that. Yeah, they're not things you craft. You should have had them in your inventory or in like a little, I think there was like, it was like a container with stuff, so like a box full of goodies kind of thing. I don't quite remember. It's been so long. So you put in a ticket, if you customer support, and then it'll actually take you out of the game to your browser, and it'll be like a little form. And I've found that they've been when I've had issues before, they've been really quite quick to respond. Am I on someone's claim or something? No. You cannot chop that wood. It's not gonna happen. Hey, 10 was 10, good morning. Stripe wood, where do you get that? So before the patch, the only way to get it was what basically looked like palm trees in desert. Now, some of the new trees in the new biome, old growth forest, now some of them have striped wood. Oddly, I'm not actually getting the little, let's see, let's maybe try, am I bugging? I am bugging because that axe should have gone away. I might restart the game real quick because, let's see. I'm going to try logging out and logging back in and see if that does it. Lots of good mornings. Hey, Cold Night. Good morning. And you can go through help.soe.com also for your ticket. Yeah, you don't have to go through in game. Like if you can't, like if you have some issue where you can't get in game, you can do it that way as well. Let's go log back in. Hopefully that'll fix my little glitch I just encountered. Mm-hmm. 10 was in. I've heard that so many times. Because, you know, a lot of, like, it's one of those things where unless you're looking at your loot tab, you may not even recognize that you've got something different than burled. But yeah, it's the palm trees in certain desert areas, the ones that are real frondy, and then yeah, some of the really straight and very tall trees. Yeah, cool, I fixed it. I think this one might give burled. I'm still learning which one gives what. Oh, cool, it gave striped. So I'll zoom out so you can, or step back. So it's the very, very, relatively very straight, tall tree is giving me striped. And it goes remarkably quickly when you're building with it. That's what I keep finding. I started with like 4,500 or so, and I ran completely out. Hey Era, can I link a dual stream link? Sure. Link away. Shkuka says, I'm finally plugging in the SSD right now, watching stream on my laptop. I installed the game last night on my normal SD out of curiosity to see how it would run. Oh my gosh. Girl, you need to get some sleep. Man. I was talking to you after the stream last night, and I streamed late. Oh, I was wondering what you meant by dual stream. I'm new enough to all this stuff that I'm sort of like, eh? What does this mean? Loading that up. HD, yeah, hard drive. And I was like, SD? You had another SD? Or like a SSD? Come on now. Just got a thing saying I'm dropping frames and I'm not sure why. Can you guys still hear me? I don't know if the stream actually went kaput. Yeah, I'm encountering the same thing. What? How weird. So I'm actually going to log out again. That seemed to help, and I'm going to just be, both times it happened when I clicked on something on the other monitor, so maybe it's something to do with that. Still have to sleep, Shikoka? Yeah, I bet. Golly. I don't know how you guys run on so little sleep. A lot of my viewers, you all seem to be insomniacs. We're a tribe of insomniacs, I guess. Drop frames detected. No. All right, I believe we are back. I am sorry about that, guys. My internet really just died out of nowhere. The modem started freaking out. I think I've got it sorted. Hopefully that will not happen again. I'm going to blame Eremites. I'm going to say it's Eremites. Apparently they are not satisfied with just eating wood. They like internet connections as well. Whoa, where am I? Oh, then it's suddenly daytime. I'm still at Serenity too. Nice. Daytime's cool. Daytime works for me. Alright, so Rama is saying I'm going to need between 50,000 and 100,000 gold, or holy smokes, from my supersized rubber duck. I think I'll make it out of dirt until they wipe, assuming I find the energy to actually build it up. Oh, the cat is pawing sideways at a glass bottle. I'm really hoping she doesn't knock it over. She can ignore it for days. You know what? I'm going to hold up. Hey, buddy. Don't do that. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Adric. He says he kept them entertained. Well done. Alright. I'm gonna whack this one last tree, and then I'm gonna head to my claim and see what we got. Because now we can see stuff. Now we can see stuff. It's daytime. By the way, I know I did check Twitch status as soon as I came back up, because I knew pretty obviously that it was my internet that went down, but I did check Twitch status, and it said the chat servers are losing a lot of messages, freaking out in general. So hopefully you guys aren't too affected by all that. So here we are. My claim is Serenity Spine. I'm very close to the portal. Silly Kitty should be chasing off eremites and not bottles. I agree, 100%. So I'm over here, and I decided, as much as I wanted to work on a sci-fi build, I'm going to work on, before I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and start with a modern cabin. So I'm once again on a hill. It's really lovely. Got a great view, especially at sunset and the lights coming through these trees. It's just beautiful. So my claim, I have 3 claims. By the way, I'm following you, Dukes Nukem. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I really have a lovely view from both sides. This side I get sort of like a, kind of a, I don't know, like a ravine almost, kind of. And then it's just really pretty. Love this thing. Love this claim. So working on a modern cabin. This is going to be the living room / great room kind of deal. I've started to work out the framing of the windows, and I've got these. These will be floor-to-ceiling windows on this side. This is going to be the kitchen. Now you may be looking at this wood texture and thinking, what the heck are you doing, Era? That looks like completely bizarre, and I agree. That's why I did it. I ran out of straight wood. This is all striped wood on the sides here, and somehow what you see here, up to like, I ran out about here. What you see there, that's 4,500 striped wood. It went really fast, so I'm going to be farming up a lot. And I meant to do it before the stream today, but since I played so late on my bonus stream, and then I got up early and just didn't have the time. But I'll work on that this weekend. And yeah, dual views, really gorgeous. I'm completely in love with my claim. I was like the 3rd person on the island to get a claim. And actually, I started on, it was one of those things where when the servers first came up, I guess if you click Serenity like I did, it looked like you were entering Serenity, but in fact you were entering Courage. And so my first couple claims were on Courage. They were actually up here. And I kept like picking it up, replacing it just to change it a little bit. And then I logged out because I had a bug. Logged back in, and then I this time I did log into Serenity, and I freaked the heck out because I had no claim box, no claim in my menu, no claim flag, and I thought, oh my gosh, I just got hit with some massive bug. I have no claim, and I'm like, and I have no flag. I can't get a claim, and I just waited, for them to. I just waited for them to get the servers up for nothing. I'm just like, oh man, I just wasted a bunch of time. But it turns out my claim was on Courage instead. And so I was loading into Serenity and I didn't have a claim on Serenity. So I switched it over, and I'm loving it. So just imagine that all the fat, you know, I made it all thatched wood so that it stands out like a sore thumb, so I remember to replace it, like I can do with a bit of it right now. I only got a couple hundred, so I'm not going to be able to go horribly far with that, but you can get some stuff done. And Adric points out, hey, staying up late got you 150 viewers, so it was worth it. Absolutely. Yep, I hit my 150 viewer count that I've been looking for, so I will be giving away 2 alpha keys for EverQuest Next Landmark later today at 6 p.m. Pacific. So I'm going to try this. I'm just going to see how it looks. I may end up changing to something else. I haven't really decided yet on the cabinets, but at least you can kind of get the idea, kind of trying out different combos. Rama says, man, I'll have to check your face on the recording when you thought you'd lost your claims. I wasn't streaming. It was so late. It was like 1 a.m., 1:20 or so. And so I wasn't streaming because I was already in pajamas. I'd been in pajamas for hours at that point. Alpha, you mean beta? No, I mean alpha. I mean alpha. They're not beta keys. They are alpha keys. So you can, I'll be giving away 2 keys so that, you know, the game's currently in alpha. It's got about 2.5, 3 weeks left in alpha, assuming they keep to the schedule, which it sounds like they really are. So those keys will be good for alpha and beta. So you will basically be able to start playing right now and keep playing. So if you want to be there for that, all you got to do, or if you want to win that, all you got to do is be a follower. So follow me, and you'll have to be present when I do the giveaway. So that'll be at 6 p.m. today. Yeah, party, give me the keys. Be there and you can win them. Dukes and Nukem. There you go. There you go. Got it. Nailed it. Rama says, I wonder how it rates to compared to the oops, I've been streaming for 30 minutes with no video or sound moment. It was one of those roller coaster things where I was just like, I was so excited because I was so excited to find a claim, so excited that the servers were up, so excited that, you know, I waited and it was worth it, and then it was just utter devastation. I was just like, oh man, you know, I was just Duke Zinukum. Got it. I was just like, man, I know it's alpha and I can't be upset, but I was bummed, you know. I was just like, man, I just waited a long time, and that's, you know, I was like, man, I can't believe this happened to me, you know. I'm like, what am I going to do on streams? I'm immediately thinking of all these things. Come to find out, nope, I was just on the wrong server, like a noob. The Z is German. Nice. 10 was 10 says, well, that's really cool. Oh, the striped wood I changed to Abyss, and so far all trees are giving me striped wood. Nice. Good. Yeah, striped wood is really lovely. Maybe it kind of needs to be used, like the way I'm using it is, since I'm doing mostly like beams, it's amazing for beams because you get that really like heavy, like, you know, it's wood. Like, it's a very, the grain of it's really apparent, and I just really love it. But sort of in limited, smaller doses. Like when I did a whole floor out of striped wood, it was pretty overwhelming. The burled, I think, works much more nicely for that. But certainly in kind of more limited doses, the striped wood is just really gorgeous. And I like the way that striped and burled look together. And the cat is pulling on my mouse. I'm gonna whip out the water bottle. Stop it. Because I don't want her to get in the habit of chewing on wires any more than she already does, because she has killed many a webcam and many a headphone. Sounds odd, probably is wrong. Error. I feel like that should have my right there. That should be striped wood, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with 66. In fact, I'm pretty positive that I won't be able to do it with just 66 wood. Nope. Wick says, oh well, it's spraying water around your computer. I know. You know, okay, so the deal with this water bottle is it used to spray water really well and no longer actually sprays, but the sound of it kind of squeaking and attempting to spray is more than enough to get her to run. And so I just kind of, it's sort of like the placebo effect, I guess, and she just runs. Because that's why I feel a lot more comfortable like aiming it around the computer, because I know it's not actually gonna, no water's really gonna come out, but she always thinks that it will. Duke C. Newcomb says, you have one aggravating cat. She's very active, and as soon as I start streaming and talking and stuff, she just gets super active. Okay, so my plan, so this is sort of this was the big moment in this room, is having this really heavily framed out, decorative framed out window, with a lot of the beams are up top, so it doesn't distort the view too much. So, oh, that's another thing I forgot. See, every time I see Dave Jordan either in my channel, which was awesome, or like when he was on Yamino's channel and he was just taking questions left and right. I always remember things that I meant to ask after the fact. Whoa, not heal. Let's try that again. Let's try paint. Sweet. Pavlov dog spray bottle, absolutely. But I always forget, like, and the last time I was actually talking, I was in the middle of saying, oh, I totally forgot to ask him about marble. And when he appeared, he was just like, did someone call? And I was just like, oh, did that just happen? But if you're wondering, he said that, oh, the marble textures that were in before were actually meant to be stone textures. And he alluded to the fact that the current implementation of marble is not what they will be keeping, that it was a little bit of a mishap. So it looks like we'll be probably getting our old marble textures back. Maybe not under marble, but under something, probably stone. So that was very exciting to me because I really loved the old marble textures. Lady, put that axe down slowly and step back from it. Oh my god! Oh yeah, like she's like swinging it like by her head. She doesn't want to drop it. This is so dangerous and distracting. Maybe if I chop a tree, like maybe she'll like put it away or something. I could try chopping a tree. My cat's giving me the I might still be on my claim actually. My cat's giving me that like I'm trapped meow, except she's definitely not. Nope. I guess I'm just gonna hang on to my axe because you know what? It's a nice axe. It's gold. It's pretty. It's shiny. I like shiny things. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're hanging on to that axe. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the layout of this kitchen. I know I want an island, but this is so much room. What I may do is have an island like here, and then actually have this come out just a bit, maybe. That may be a lot. Be a heck of a kitchen. I can't even imagine. I could just take it off, I guess. I did try deselecting it, but it's not really going away. No inventory space. The vault is somewhere. I can put the vault down and then put some stuff away, like all this dirt from, whoa there. Like all this dirt. And maybe try just taking my axe off. That works. I don't need it right now. Yeah, I did press the 2 key. I I did deselect it and it just wasn't going away, it was staying there. Hopefully that's not the indicator of any lag on my end. I really do love the way the smooth tool works now. I think it's really great. Or not smooth, the selection tool. I really like it. So that's... Are you watching the stream, Soma? Are you watching? If you're watching the stream, shout out in chat. I would love to know. And I can shower you with attention. So... You know what? That seems impractical. Like, as lovely as it would be to have a kitchen with that much storage and stuff, like how annoying to have to walk like that. I'd find that really irritating, so not doing that actually. So I might end up, let's see here. Wick says, I will refrain from ranting about the new select tool. I do miss the old one. Really? I've been really enjoying the new selection tool, just because as it's been a little hard getting the muscle memory of switching between like shift and control. That's been a little difficult. I'm not quite sure why they didn't just make control the new the thing to have the arrows pop up. But in any case, it's actually, I've transitioned pretty well, and I really like it. The smooth tool seems to work better also. I wish there was a way to move the selected area. Well, you can if you can copy or cut it and paste it. If you move it like that, you can cut and paste. Yeah, I remember you from Yami's channel. Don't hate on Yami. I actually had quite a lot of fun when we were basically, I think all of Landmark, at least the entire streaming community of Landmark was all present in Yumino's channel while we were waiting for the game to come back up. And Dave was in there for quite a while, so that was a lot of fun. Because he was answering so many questions and just being really candid. Is that a little better? Is that a little more balanced? You know what? I might even actually turn this into like a, you know those kind of islands that have like an overhang so that they can put like stools and it's almost like a little bar? Perhaps I'll do that. And that'll kind of be a better use for this space. So again, if you're just tuning in and you're like, what's up with the thatched, lady? The thatched is just there as a placeholder to help me remember to switch that out to stripe wood when I farm some more. Because I'm all out. Yeah, I really like being able to grab the faces, without, you don't have to really struggle with it to get the face or like do little cursor dances. I mean, move it about after you've selected the stuff. You can move the selection. Like if you have a selection, you just hold shift and you get your translate arrows back. So you get your translate arrows with shift. And then it's control now to select the opposite face. Which took a little bit of time for me to, I was of course hitting shift a lot when I meant to hit control to get the opposite face, but I think the transition will probably be pretty quick. And they're pretty close to each other anyway, so it's not like it's a massive inconvenience in terms of keys. Let's see. Nope, not quite what I meant to do. That's better. I don't know, just playing around with the floor plan. Here, can I use your overlay? It's so simple and clean. Are you talking about the little thing I've got on the donors? The little, yeah, I wouldn't mind giving that up. I just made it real quick in Photoshop. So 10 was 10 says, yeah, you said that right after I pressed the enter key. Oh, gotcha. So, and I'm just kind of, I have no real layout in mind. I'm just kind of letting things happen, letting things just kind of, letting it all go. This kitchen is seeming a little massive at the moment. Now, when I start adding stuff in, it might help with that, but if not, I may sort of alter the plan. I'm very bad in Photoshop. That's one thing. I'm very grateful for the fact I got into Photoshop very early, and so it's very natural to me, and I'm pretty adept with it. I used to do digital art, which is sort of funny now because I've drifted so far away from that. But that should not be that texture. It should be like that. But yeah, I used to do digital painting stuff. And don't worry, I wasn't very good, but it did at least teach me a lot about tools and such. So let's see. What are we doing? I know that this will be, I'll probably have like some sort of sectional going on, like a big old sectional. I'm probably not going to use the same couch template I've been using. As much as I love it, it's in here somewhere. As much as I love it, I probably won't use it again just because I want to do like a sectional. I think that would be fun. I feel like cabins should be cozy and very comfortable. So, big old sectional for that. I'm really struggling in here with how this is working. I think I will do the old trick of putting, because these are hollow underneath anyway, of putting the lights under. I think I will do that. But I'm struggling with right now, it's feeling pretty empty, isn't it? It's feeling pretty empty. So we'll have to work on that. So last night I was explaining this idea of having a little, is it 6? It needs to be 6. There we go. Having a little organizational cubby over here. I feel like a lot of kitchens have them, and it's kind of a nice little detail, where it's like a little desk area almost, or like kind of a command center somewhere in your kitchen. I don't know. No more striped wood. Whoa, not burled. Whoa. Where's that thatch? There it is. There we go. God, so tiki. Grandma says, must be hell to get internet installed up there all by yourself on that mountain. Yeah, it would be, but apparently whoever lives here just gets that stuff done. I kind of, in my head, I don't know, in my head, the person who lives here is maybe, like I keep imagining like Bellevue, which is just outside of Seattle, kind of like where like Bill Gates or something, a lot of tech up there. So like one of the, some millionaire, that took off in the tech, in technology or something. Somehow that's who I see living here. 5. Oh, I made it too tall. Whoops. I was wondering, I was like, that doesn't look quite right. There we go. And now maybe I'll do a little, maybe an overhead head cabinet as well, just to kind of, or some shelves. Maybe some shelves. We'll try it in burled and then see. Thinking 3 deep, maybe 4, maybe 4. No, 3. Oh yeah, 4. Okay. I don't know. We'll work with it. Might end up changing it later, but for now. It's a nice thing about this game. It's so easy to, like, you know, if you find out later, like, oh, I really, I'm not into that, how I did that, then you can just change it really easily. I need to warm up my tea soon. Let's see. So, kitchen, and I'm kind of seeing having, like, I don't know, like maybe some like double doors here onto like a patio. You know, have this be a window and then onto a patio. The only trick is that's going to be a little tricksy with the way the mountain is coming up right here. I'd have to do some terraforming for sure. And I also don't know how that's going to go with the house-agami. And by house-agami, what do I mean? I mean how the house folds up on itself to make good and interesting use of space. So I'm still. This might need to come over more. Might benefit from that. Let's play with that a little bit. See how that would look. So I'm just feeling like it's a little too spacious. There is such thing as too much space. Don't know what I'm doing. That feels a little better to me. Feels a little better to me. Just adds a little bit. Because now, instead of feeling really, really empty, this feels a little bit more complete. And actually, I think I'll maybe make this too wider, perhaps. That might have been too much. Oh, maybe just one wider. Vic says, did you make up that word or is it like a feng shui thing? Which word? I use a lot of weird words. I may have made it up, but tell me which word. So let's see. Where are we with the story of this wall? As I was talking about last night, I'm really interested in, and I haven't addressed this yet, but I will, I'll get there. I'm really interested in having the build come out this way. House-agami, I made it up. I made it up when I used to do this all the time in Minecraft, where I really folded up the house on itself, where it makes sense to me because it's sort of like it's how the rooms fold up on themselves to be interesting and make good use of space so that you don't have like tunnels between rooms and like normal houses. Normally in order to make good use of you have so much land and a certain amount of land and you want to make as much out of it as you can. You're not going to have a lot of space you're not going to have a pocket in between walls unless you need like pipes there or something So getting houses to fold up on themselves and make good use of space. House-agami. So, yeah, I think I do want to put a patio here, but I'm just not sure quite yet how that'll work with out here. I feel like I need to address maybe this area first, which is intimidating a bit because it's going to be a big change to the build. Not a big change, but it's going to be a big development. That kind of thing can be scary. So, let's see. If you come in from here, I think I'm going to want one more wall panel here and then have whatever entry into this side. Obviously, I don't want a window into a mountain. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So these were all 12 wide, so let's go ahead and, so if that's 5, then I need 5 and 1, 2. And that'll be thatch, because I'm all out of striped. It seems rather wide, doesn't it? Did I do that? Did I measure that correctly? I did, okay. Oopsies. Oh, no, that's actually the wrong face to bring in, isn't it? There we go. And then this face got too long. And these were 2x3 beams up top. Bring it over. Whoop. And actually, on these wall panels, I'm not leaving any trim below. So this thatch down here will go away. Is that 2 wide? Is it 1 wide? Oops. There we go. Okay. Just for a little bit of balance. And how I did this one over here was I dropped the ceiling down, so I'm going to probably echo that a little bit. Now, I may do an elevation change. I'm still trying to figure out. I may do an elevation change, not sure yet. You know, have steps up or down. Not sure just yet. So let's see, and I would absolutely want to make maximal use out of this cliff side. So, what are you doing flying right there? Okay, so that's going to slope out pretty quickly. The only downside to building the way I'm about to do it is the crest of this hill will actually all but disappear, won't it? And I don't know if I actually want to lose this hill. So maybe I'll build more out this way then. I'm going to probably end up over clearing a bit. And what I'll do is actually just go back and heal up whatever it is I need back. Okay. Now I know I don't want it to come all the way out. Probably somewhere along the middle of this wall, because I don't want to disrupt this window. Or maybe even straight out this window, so I'll use that beam there. Probably have another beam here. And the seal, I will be dropping the ceiling, so actually I don't need to go all the way up. Maybe that's how I'll preserve some of the mountain, the crust of the mountain. For some reason that did not want to delete. Oh, I just didn't delete the right layers. So, yeah, drop in the ceiling. Let's see, where did I drop it to on this side? Just for a rough, so the top is 20 voxels up, but that's with stairs as well. So, okay, I'm standing at a volcano. Oh, and good morning, Grimfire. How are you today? Eric, come look at my stream real fast. Alrighty. Hopefully nothing crashes. I do have you muted because otherwise I'll get some ridiculous feedback. You are at a volcano. That reminds me kind of like what Dave did on his claim that he showed off last week during the stream. Is that copper? It looks like copper to me. With some smoke from forges, I'm assuming, and torches, it looks like. That looks really cool, and I like the little lava flow on the side that they did to kind of look at like lava's flowing down. That looks really neat. Where is that? Where is that, Ederic? You should probably ask it in your chat, like, because you're probably here. Load, load, load. Whoa, caps lock, super caps, all the caps. Six on 6 says a terrace patio from the side up the back would look pretty good and save most of the terrain. Good call. Grimfire says, I'm good, but I couldn't get sleep. I couldn't sleep easy last night thinking about what I could do in Landmark. Serenity Stump, I guess is where that volcano is. I'll have to check that out later. That looks pretty cool. Pretty neat. Cool. Okay. All right. So on this side, I'm thinking maybe some, like maybe an office, maybe a bedroom or two out this way. I have noticed all my builds so far, I've only had one bedroom, which is a little odd considering the size of these builds. You know, like the house is relatively large and it's like one bedroom. So, although I guess I could probably get away with that more readily in a cabin than elsewhere just because, I don't know, right? Because cabins are more, they're supposed to be kind of more intimate and cozy. I think. Something. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, so 20 voxels up or so was the crest of that. There we go. Is that both? Nope, only got one thickness. Let's fix that. There we go. Doorway's a bit wide. I think I had it 12 wide on this side. I'll probably echo that again, just for a little bit of balance. And again, if you're just joining, I see I just got a bunch of new viewers. First of all, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And second, if you're wondering what is up with the thatched texture, that's because I ran out of stripe wood. It's my placeholder for the moment, and it sticks out nicely so that I can, or not so nicely so that I can remember to replace it. I'm working on a modern cabin. I'm situated on my new claim on Serenity Spire right here, very close to the portal. And just working on a modern cabin. Worked on it last night in sort of a bonus stream, got it started. And ever so slowly I've been progressing towards what you see here. I keep losing the little, the reticle for, is that 3 wide? Did I make that 3 wide by accident? No, it's just 2. Okay, cool. Just working on what I think is gonna be maybe a hallway. Oh, that is 3 wide. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I think this will lead towards some bedrooms, maybe have just a little hallway and then wrap out into a bedroom perhaps. Still shaping it out, still trying to see what feels right. I don't really have a particular plan so much as I'm just sort of doing what looks and feels right. So I'm just going to bring over. Now I didn't do that here. But I'm going to go ahead and do it for now, and we'll see. We might change that later. Might even do some sort of like glass panel, or I don't know. I may drop the ceiling here, so it may not make me completely irrelevant, and then that'll need to be solid. But for now, let's keep it like that. And I think I'll have a slight, so that'll slightly dip down. Have the ceiling come out like that, perhaps. I know I'm going to want to play with some angled ceilings again. I really like the way angled ceilings tend to do things, tend to make things look. Like here, I've thought about actually angling the ceiling down towards the outside, so it'll be like chunk, chunk, chunk. I don't know. Haven't really worked on the ceiling elevations too much yet. Just for. And I know because of the idea is it's a cabin, it makes sense that it would have a sloped roof because potentially it may get snow, right? So you need to have a way for that snow to fall. Just warm up my tea just a touch. Get some fresh tea in there. Cool. As a placeholder, I'm going to do this. Obviously, it's not going to stay like that, but I'm just sort of playing with it. I will probably stick more with angles this time. I probably won't be doing as many rounded elements this time as I have in other recent builds, like my Modern House number 2, and I had a little bit in Modern House number 3. The reason for that is just because I've got so much going on with all these beams and all this. I don't think it really particularly lends itself to curves and such. I don't want to have so much going on that it just looks like a complete mishmash. I want to kind of have a consistent aesthetic throughout. And I really like how these beams have come out so far. So it's sort of this very geometric kind of thing going on. And I'm going to echo the floor-to-ceiling walls, or floor-to-ceiling, yeah, walls tend to be floor-to-ceiling, guys. The floor-to-ceiling windows. I'm going to echo that here. And with these, because they're floor-to-ceiling, I want to have nice thick supports, make it look like it's actually doing something. Like on the kitchen windows, where they were half windows, I made the beams between them a little, I made them narrower. I made them only one voxel. But for these, I think it makes more sense. And actually, this will come down. Again, doing this in thatch, but it will not stay that way. Just because I'm out of striped wood, and it's sort of a placeholder to get the shapes. Minecraft.ed, very nice build so far. Thank you! I see I've gotten a few new viewers. I just want to point out again, the thatched wood, it's just a placeholder until I can get more striped. So I'm working on a modern cabin on Serenity Spire. Started it last night. I need to build actually a little platform out here so that I can kind of step back and view how it's going. I almost always do that immediately, and I kind of forgot to this time. I don't actually, my claim goes, that'll be about right. Platform out of burled wood, because that's how I roll. So looking like this so far. Probably need a platform more over this vicinity soon. Rubito, your new face, welcome. It says, Era, I'm building a modern house on my claim. It's actually the floor plan of the house of my that my in-laws are about to build. I've got everything done except the roof and having a lot of trouble with it. Any advice on angled roofs? Hey, I did an angled roof on the build I just had. It was Modern House number 3. If you check out, I've got a claim tour for it. If you check it out, it's linked. It's a YouTube link down below on my channel page. It says Modern House number 3. Check that out. Towards the end, I kind of describe how I did it. I'm gonna do the same technique again. I think right here, where I'm gonna have a little angled, like right there. I did several angled roofs. one in the dining room, which was more subtle, and then I did the entire roof was a very non-subtle. It was a key feature of the build, an extremely angled roof, balanced out by a fin, some stairs, so that it didn't look like it was just going to float off into space. And I did it with the line tool, and I kind of describe a little bit of how I did that. And you can also see it in the streams if you want to go back and see in more detail. And yep, I'm giving away 2 alpha keys, which were generously donated by one of my viewers, Rama. And that'll be at 6 p.m. tonight. All you got to do is be a follower and be present. So doing that later tonight. So just blocking out some stuff. I'm not really sure. I think the idea here is I want this. I think this will become. I think we're gonna head towards a bedroom. I think what I'll do is make this sort of like a little pass through, perhaps, and then the bedroom maybe out here. I'm not quite sure yet. Maybe have the bedroom down a bit so that we get an elevation change. Minecraft WB says, I really like your build style and the way you explain to everyone what you're doing. Thank you. I try to keep it coherent. I often fail, but I try. And I don't think I had shown the kitchen yet to the people who just joined. Again, placeholder texture. The thatched is just there, to stick out like a sore thumb and remind me to replace it with striped wood when I get it. I haven't really decided yet what I want to do for the kitchen roof. I know I'm going to incorporate skylights because it's one of those things where I almost hate to put any roof at all, right? Because the trees are just so beautiful in the new biome. This is old growth forest. The trees are just so beautiful. I don't want to cover them up any more than I have to. And I think skylights are a great way to accomplish that. So I might actually incorporate an angle, have it open out this way, perhaps. Not really sure yet. The eremites ate all the striped wood. They did. The eremites are eating everything right now. So if you're unfamiliar, if you haven't been around for a while, I build a lot into the sides of mountains, and I've mentioned before how horrible that would be if there were termites in game, because like this house would be dinner and gone in a couple of days, right? But eremites have become a much more nasty entity that also like to devour internet connections and like to devour XSplit functionality and things like that. I was just absolutely thrilled to see that Dave Georgeson and Omid joined me last night on my bonus stream. But just as Omid joined, he joined a little bit after Dave, XSplit died. And I didn't see Omid come up again. He might have been there and just kind of lurking. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. Which wood texture are you using for your floors? They go well. They do. This is burled wood. It's the burled wood plank. I don't remember if it's vertical or horizontal, but obviously they're the same texture, just turned around. So that's burled wood plank on the floors, and yes, I'm doing burled wood floors. I did it on my last build, and I'm doing it again because I'm hardcore like that. And then striped wood for the beams. Striped wood's one of those lovely materials where it's gorgeous. It has so much texture and detail, it has so much life in it, but it goes a long way. So I'm trying to keep it. It's obviously a very core material in this build. I'm using it to frame out all these windows and stuff. But I'm trying not to let it hit you too much in the face because, say a whole floor of it gets a little overwhelming. Grimfire says, I'm trying to build a PvP arena type building for PvP. I got the platform set, but I stink at designing the building stuff. It looks so blocky. Try when you're building. It goes against intuition, but try building a bit at a time and adding to it. What that does, as long as you have a cohesive idea in mind, like I'm making an arena, and you don't lose sight of that, I think building a little bit at a time ends up adding more character, because it actually makes you make some decisions that are maybe slightly illogical, and then you have to work with it, and you kind of. It can produce unexpected things that you didn't even really plan, just happy little accidents. So I like to do that. That's kind of how I'm building now, where I don't have a floor plan. I just know I'm kind of going this way, and I think it's going to be a bedroom, and I don't really have a plan. But hopefully we'll get there. You know, and if you get stuck on a part, like I kind of am right now, you just try something else. Do, you know, like I'm going to kind of block out this wall, see how if I can make it happy. And get this maybe a little bit more the way I want it. Minecraft WB says, just curious if you are a designer of some sort. You design just like I do, 14 years game design. Oh, really? That's awesome. Also, you have a new follower. Thank you. Woohoo! I'm not. I very briefly, well, when I graduated high school, I had grand designs of becoming a, I wanted to do some form of digital art. I wanted to work on film, maybe in games. And that just didn't really pan out. I just honestly don't have the personality for it, I think. I find it kind of hard to be creative on demand, which is ironic that now I'm streaming, and that's kind of exactly what it is, but I don't know. This is, no one's breathing down my neck, right? I don't have any bosses telling me I gotta meet a deadline. I guess that's the difference. But yeah, no training in that sense. Just lots of interest and lots of Pinterest. I love looking at Pinterest and just checking out different builds, or different houses, and getting ideas, even if they're not buildings, just getting ideas. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a little stuck at the moment because I'm a little hesitant because I can tell the next thing that I build is I sort of have to commit, because it's going to drastically affect, number one, the terrain. I might lose the cap of this mountain, which I'm hoping not to do. I like the fact that I'm on a cliffside. I want to embrace the fact I'm on a cliffside. I don't want to hide it. Or just delete it all. And then, like, whatever I decide to do, it's going to affect the layout, because it's going to affect what I can do over here. Now, my claim, I can't build here, right? So, I mean, that obviously has a big impact. And actually, that may be the deciding factor, folks, because I just realized I can't build out this way, so this actually absolutely has to be a wall. So that just made my life real easy. This has got to be a wall. Minecraft WB says, I call BS. Oh, you are awesome at it. Well, you make a great streamer. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have your support. I saw that they threw the stream to you on Wednesday. That's awesome. They said you were relatively new to EverQuest Next Landmark, so pretty cool. And you have a pretty substantial following with Minecraft, don't you? Let's see. Now, what can we do here? I definitely want to use this corner. This corner needs to be used for something, but it has to come to this side because the edge of my claim is like right up in here. So what can I do here? It's a little too small to make it a seating area, and that would be sort of at odds with, I'm going to have a big old sectional over here. So I don't really want to like have a TV or something and then like a couch. I think it's a little too narrow for that, and a little too odd to have two completely separate seating arrangements. Yes, awesome. So just confirmed what I was just saying. Let's go. Maybe I'll end up putting like a cabinet, like a brick front type of a thing. What's something cabiny? Library in the sense of, I mean, we know that they're gonna add bookshelves. That one guy who got banned because of his attitude and he was hacking and stuff, but they were in-game bookshelves, and clearly, you know, they're already in the game, just not available yet. But EQN is sucking my life away. So addicted. I know this story. It is my own. Yeah. let's see. What can I do with this space? I could make it like a little office-y area. Have like a little desk, like a little chair. Ooh, actually, what I could do is actually, I might even make a little like false half wall, like almost like a screen. Could do it with microvoxels. Okay, let's maybe do some of that. This, and again, this is exactly the kind of thing. Might try it and it might look horrible, and I might end up taking it straight back out. But let's, for the sake of it, okay. So, I'm gonna make a pip. I'm embracing Dave Georgson's name for it. Sounds perfect to me. Whoa! Not quite as small as I would have. I don't think I saved my previous pip, which I should have. Oh, I did! Cool. I'll use that one. So, and do I have enough stripe wood to do this out of stripe wood? Otherwise, I'll have to do... What am I looking in the snow for? I could probably do one. Sits on 6 says piano, perhaps. Did I miss something? I do play piano, actually. Not particularly well. I recently kind of started to take it back up, actually. And I've been really enjoying that. So I'm thinking like sort of a like a screen wall. Like it's not actually solid, but it's a divider, like a room divider. And we'll see how that plays with the floor. It might not be so pretty once we get it to join. You can't see it, but I'm afraid to move my mouse. Oh, I went way too high. Oops. Grandma says, make a hole in the top corner and plunk down a big rock and some dirt. The tree root's totally gonna get the wall down. No. But like having a bunch of these kind of divide the space, I think might be interesting. Now this here is dangerous, right? I may totally mess up my little microvoxel. But perhaps if I get my pip back. Where's my pip? Whoa. Come back here. If I get my pip back, perhaps if I place it again, perhaps it'll get rid of that, maybe, possibly? Worth a shot anyway. Is that lined up? Not quite what I had in mind. What if I... I don't really know what I'm doing, but continue to work with it, I guess. What if I... It actually... Well, it pulls up the floor a bit, doesn't it? Oh, and a flange appeared out of... No? Is that... Oh, it's a weird smoothing error? Okay, weird. Perhaps if I try again, maybe? Possibly? No, that just divots it. Any ideas, Cold Night, or anyone who's particularly familiar with microvoxels? Do you have any ideas for how to get this to meet the floor cleanly? So Shikuka says she got her SSD installed. No screwdrivers dropped on your head this time. Always a good sign. The wood frames panels are going to look so cool when you have them in the wood you want. I tend to agree. I think it's going to look really nice when they're not thatched wood. I think that'll be a big step forward. I'm just messing around here with, don't really know what I'm doing, just sort of playing with the idea, and I may have to alter this a bit. But having like this kind of a thing. Oh, out of, can I like grab some, is that, Did I... So like if I... Whoa. If I like paint this and copy it. Oh, this is going to be hard to place, isn't it? Cold Knight says, hit V and mirror it vertically. They may still warp, but they should warp downward. Okay, I'll try that. Now, I mean, it may be better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this over because I know I'm going to need to anyway just to get the spacing, because there has to be a gap between these, otherwise they'll do funky stuff together that I don't want them to do. So there, and then I'll have microvoxel here, and then I need one space, and then the column. So let's delete that, translate it over like that. So I'm going to have, I guess it'll be 3. I might size these up so that they're not so tiny. And I wonder if there would be less distortion as well if they're not quite as tiny, because then they're not quite as far to the center. There's not as much of a... Rama says, maybe with a pre-extended one, pick a section from the middle and copy at the bottom. Okay. I think I tried that, but I may not have. Not quite like that anyway. I can't tell where I am. Did I do that? Oh, no. I'm very glad that you can now undo with microvoxels. That's very handy. Did we improve the situation? No. Not really. If you replace the bottom with a normal block, it'll give a better merging look. Okay. If I replace the bottom with a normal block, okay. So, I think this will accomplish that, right? I wonder if I can do like a line of microvoxels here. I wasn't planning to do that, but it might make it just look better than errors. Let's see. This is all simple enough to redo, so I'm just gonna, with wild and reckless abandon, go ahead and delete my microvoxels. Let's try this again. Maybe if I take my pip, which I have no idea what that was even, what the texture on that was. And let's see if I get this lined up correctly. Bonk. Now let's see. This could be bad news, kids. Maybe. I don't know. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know. Oh man. It's less noticeable for sure, except until you get here anyway. Yeah, at least like when you're just looking at it, it's not as apparent. Colin says, it'll warp the side of them, you'll have to give somewhere. Oh. Dutch Tiger says, hey Era, good morning. Good morning, Dutch Tiger. Minecraft WB says, wow, watching your modern house tour videos, your attention to detail is very impressive. Thank you, I appreciate the compliment. Grandma says, just hang some vines and said vegetal screen. Though I actually have no clue how the vine props look. Let's find out. I know Vengeance, one of my other viewers, was talking about them. And he seemed really excited about them. So let's see how they look. Forge in the living room. Brilliant design. Plants, I'm guessing. Jungle rope. There's butterflies? I haven't seen butterflies. That's pretty cool. Simple jungle vines. Hopefully I had inventory space for that. I guess I did because I made it. Whoa! Holy smokes, that thing is huge. That's amazing. Wow. In fact, I don't think I can handle that kind of scale. I think I'd have to do that. Wow, that'll be really amazing for exteriors. I'll probably use that quite a bit, actually. Even though this isn't a jungle place, it's certainly a forest forest build. But yeah, that'll really be handy. I'm not really to the point yet where I can work on exterior stuff, because if I do, I'm just going to probably end up changing it all anyway. But really nice to keep that in mind. I wonder if there's any other vines, or if that's the only one. Leafy jungle shrub, complex jungle vines? Jungle vines? Oh wow, there's tons of other vines. So there was the simple, which I just had. Complex. Let's see the complex jungle vines. Where did you go? Complex jungle vines. Where did you go? Complex. Okay. Wow, it's so big. So I'm not sure what exactly makes those complex. It seems to have the same amount of branching, maybe a little, it's more compact so that it makes it look a little more dense. I think these would look really cool layered as well. Sits on 6 says, maybe try one more smooth on the bottom weird piece. Yeah, I'll get back to that in a second. I need a break before I get frustrated. Because there's no point in getting frustrated. So that's cool. Do I have inventory space to make more? I do. So let's do that. Simple jungle vines. This to this. Spread jungle vines. Let's see spread jungle vines. Spread jungle vines. Ooh, I like that one quite a bit. That would be very useful in corners. I wish I had this on Modern House number 2. I attempted a trellis. Hard to do with voxels. I really struggled. It was sort of a modern art interpretation of a trellis. That is what the end result looked like. That's really nice. But if you layered a bunch of vines together, you could definitely get a really nice trellis. Shadow Jag says, she gets all dolled up and sounds so enticing as she performs. I'm not trying. As people can confirm who've been with me on TeamSpeak, this is pretty typical. I'm just very... one of my friends was trying to describe it, because Tess and I, or Shikoka and I were on comms with them, and I said, yeah, I guess some people get our voices confused, and they're like, yeah, we don't have any trouble with that. And I'm like, oh, what's the difference? Why is that? I was like, I guess I'm kind of loud, and they're like, you're enthusiastic. They were searching for a word for a little bit, and animated, I think, was the other one. And I was like, also I'm loud. Yeah. Dutch Tiger asks, how many claims do you work with now, Era? I have 3. They're in a little L shape. So that's why I'm pretty much locked into having a corner here. So I'm at the moment, what I'm thinking is to have a somewhat, just very slightly divided, yeah, Shikoka. Yeah, I guess we do sound a little different. Animated. I'm animated. That's the kind way to say it. That, bless his heart, he was kind. So I think this is going to be like a little office space. Maybe have a little desk and a little chair, and maybe some shelving again. I think that'll become some sort of a motif I repeat throughout the house, having these open shelves, very simple kind of floaty shelves. Maybe a clock. I don't know if I want to commit to a clock, because that sounds pretty intense in terms of technically pulling that off, but maybe I'll find a prop that I can do it with. Maybe I can do it with props. It's a good thing. Well, I hope so. Hopefully it'll be handy when it's streaming. Cool, I still have 1 inventory space just in case of shenanigans. Okay, whoop. Why do I have... Oh, that's the... Okay. So this will probably be solid wall, because the only way to avoid this being solid wall here would be if I took out this bit of mounting, which I don't want to do. So that'll be solid there. So that's, and just again, for anyone who, yeah, depressed streamer wouldn't cut it. I don't know. I think I'll just make another bunker. I bother with niceties, yeah. Yeah, just like the pessimist builder, right? Well, I guess I'll make a basement for the nuclear war. Do a stream like that. I don't know, that might be me when I haven't had my tea. But use a shield for the clock. Shield? Is that a new one? What shield? Hold up, hold the phone. I'm guessing if the shield exists, I'm guessing this workbench is where I might find it. Oh, that's right, they did add new props. No, not in here. That looks about the same. I'm trying to think what would work for it. The metal ring, might be able to use the metal ring. Actually, one of the basin. I bet if I turn that basin, this guy, I bet if I turned it a specific way, oh, it's not rounded. Maybe 2 basins back to back and then recessed into the wall, perhaps. I saw shields, I think, on Voidless Viking boat, which is incredibly impressive with all those doors. Yeah, it was a table. She used a lot of, table. Oh, actually, the small stone table might work if I can find something to give the face of the clock round painted. I don't have one of those, I don't think. I don't know if I have one of those. It'll definitely be worth, maybe once I can put down my vault and get some inventory space going. Which, incidentally, I will need to actually work pretty soon. I'll need to actually plan in a basement for all my workstations. You know, it wouldn't be. It would be odd and out of character for me to not have a basement. Let's see. What am I doing over here? So where's I may actually turn on. Oh no, okay, so I don't have a lot of space to go this way, which is slightly unfortunate. Okay, maybe, perhaps what I can do is actually this will be a dual purpose hallway maybe. Okay, this could be something. So maybe stairs down here, having stairs down into the mountain for the basement, and then having a little, and then it'll kind of, the walkway will kind of cut around those stairs towards a bedroom over here perhaps. I can work with that, maybe, you know. Again, it's one of those things where if you're kind of stuck, I find it's best to just start with, like, well, okay, what are the limitations? What am I working with and how can I deal with it? You know, because eventually it'll usually unstick you. So, probably about that wide for stairs, maybe? Does that feel comfortable? Let's see. That seems about right. Let's see, if I'm coming up the stairs, yeah, it spit me out into the door. I don't want to be coming up the stairs and then smack into the wall, or feel like I'm going to smack into the wall. So, let's start cutting out some space for that. At least that high, so we don't feel like we're going to whack our heads, even if that's not a real concern. And I think I will do my floating stairs again. This time it'll probably be striped wood, I'm thinking. Dutch Tiger says, it is, darn it, they haven't put the shield in yet, then on YouTube they have a video of the plans and you see a shield there. I guess it's not in game yet. And Wick linked some round tables. I think because the round tables have such a strong, like they have a really strong metal element, it's going to be very hard to get those to look like anything they have such a strong old-timey look to them with the worked metal and the rivets and the strong grain. I think it'd be very difficult to get that to pass for, like, at least in a modern house. I think the continuity would really suffer. So I might have to find another solution for that. This feels maybe just a touch too severe here. Maybe I'll have instead of making this the cap, I'll bring it out. Ah! So probably, I did iron over here. Probably use iron to cap the stair. Oh, I'm jumping out from the thing. Oops. Probably use iron to cap the stair, because I feel like having raw wood on the side would feel odd. Because you will be able to see, like, as you come down these stairs, you'll be able to see this. So I think having it capped maybe in iron might change it to striped wood. I'm not quite sure yet. And for anyone if you've watched me for a while, you probably recognize this as dull metal iron, which is one of my very favorite textures. Talgor Blade says, I like the building, but do you ever show questing or fighting? Is that not available yet? This is alpha. They haven't implemented any sort of combat yet. In fact, we don't even have health yet. It's on the roadmap. If you go to, I don't have the link because I restarted my computer. I might be able to find it while I'm talking. They have a roadmap of the features they plan to implement and the order in which they plan to do it. I'm just looking for that roadmap right now. And one of them, of course, is health, and then later it'll be some basic combat. And obviously they need to add creatures into the game. They haven't done that yet, but it's coming. EQN roadmap, found it. Right here. That's the roadmap. Dutch Tiger almost beat me to it, but I win. So yeah, that's in phase 2. We're in phase 1. Phase 2 it's supposed to coincide with beta. So we'll see. And according to Dave Georgeson, they are absolutely on target. They've had to shift some things, like around. They've had to shift some things like from alpha to beta or beta to, they've switched some orders of things, and now they have some more dates on that roadmap. But they are absolutely on target to start beta March. I think he said March 31st, but end of March, possibly even earlier, which is shocking and awesome. It was tons of fun. Had him on my stream last night, which is the first time I've ever been dev bombed. That was exciting. And he was really awesome, just like he pretty much always is, and answering tons of questions. Like he did tell. I asked him about marble. What's up with marble? And he said that the old textures were actually meant to be stone, and the new ones were not. It was an oopsie, and so they'll be making some changes to that. He didn't go into detail as to are the old ones then going to be added under stone, or how the exact details of that'll be. But it certainly sounds like we'll be getting those back, and that the marble is not in its final form, which is exciting because I really liked the old marble. So this is, I'm liking this as sort of a wide pass through and having the stairs down here. Okay, cool. And once again, if you're joining me and you're like, what is up with the thatched wood? It looks totally weird. Yes, it does. That's the reason I chose it. The reason I chose it is because I ran out of striped wood, this material here. Because it's fairly hard to come by, and that the beams that you see where it is striped wood, that's 4,500 striped wood. I ran out really, really fast. And so this is sort of a placeholder until I can farm some more. Dutch Tiger says, yes, end of March. Can't wait for it to give some of my friends beta keys to play with me. That's one of the reasons I've actually thought of upgrading to Trailblazer, and just to support the game in general. But one of the, so I want to try a different type of railing. And it may be unwise, but I'm gonna do it. So, okay. I'm gonna have a, yeah, okay. I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna try I want the super smooth microvoxel. Like the teeny tiny whittle. This guy. Whoa. And this is going to be a little finicky, but hopefully it all turns out all right. I'm going to make it like a little wire, and yes, I will connect it on the ends. I'm waiting for the opportune moment because I know it's going to give me trouble. I think it'll keep the railing from being too busy. It'll keep it modern feeling. It uses a different texture, which I like. It uses a different color, which it works, iron and the burled wood look really nice because you've got some cool and you've got the red and it just nice. Oh, well, you just call it a microvoxel, not a pip. Inconsistency. Whoops. But they're both, okay, so my understanding is that the pip is the implement, the little bit, and then it's like microvoxel. What was the name? Microvoxel welding? Was that it? Yeah, I totally stole it from him just because it's so funny. It's just like pip. I don't know. It's just cute. And memorable. I don't know, it stuck. I've never heard it called that before until I saw him on the stream, and it stuck. I like it. Okay, so this is gonna join and it's gonna do weird stuff, but here we go. Here we go. Hopefully not too weird. Ah! And it's gonna smooth out weird. What I'm gonna do is it's okay with me if it does that. That's just gonna happen. I'm okay with it. It's still a modern shape. It's still clean. It'll be all right. But I like that. I like that railing. Cool. I'll probably end up using this outdoors as well, just because it's very clean. It works nicely with the other colors I'm working with, and I think that'll be a good solution. Okay, so moving right along, let's get this plastered. I'm finally getting to use plaster a little bit. I've been pretty much obsessed with stucco. But with stucco in this house, because of the wood textures that I'm using. Oh, hello! Are you watching the stream, someone? Oh, trading. That's exciting. The stucco in this case, with these wood textures, really look too, just too, woo! Somo, shout out. Who are you in chat? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so. If you couldn't, I don't know how well it. Whoa. I don't know how well it appeared, how readable it was, but that was 6,000 striped wood. Thank you so much, Soma or Suma. Thank you so much. I'll be able to clean up this build and make it look. Take out the tiki. Take out the tiki. Let's take out the tiki. Let's do that right away because it's bothersome, isn't it? It is bothersome. Take out the tiki. Rubber banding for the win. Is that you, Tubby Berman? Is that you? Is Suma you? Are you the same? Can't you place the pip on the end first and then replace it with a normal voxel? That's pretty much what I ended up doing. Whenever you have a microvoxel join up with, and then you add the normal voxel next to it, it does this. I'm okay with it. I'm at peace. No, that's not you. Who's Suma? Shout out. I want to thank you in chat and give you all your glory for helping me out. So, whoop. It can be so hard, especially in certain lighting. It can be so hard to see when it's a single, I'm pointing and you can't see what I'm pointing at. The single voxel selection, when you're just like the mouse, what follows the mouse, it can be kind of hard to see. I'm going to texture this just so, again, taking out the tiki. Yeah. Woohoo. Going crazy. Woohoo. Tubby Vermin has just woken up, and you thought of me? Aww. Came to watch me just all sleepy-eyed. Oh, you don't have a Twitch account. I'm assuming you're watching because you told me you're watching, so I can shout out my thanks. There we go. Cleaning on up. And I haven't quite decided on the exact texture that I'll be using here. I'll just do this. Eventually I know I'll put in cabinet, I'll delineate the individual sections of cabinet, you know how they always do with the doors, sort of modular. Eventually I'll do that, but I haven't quite done that yet. I was waiting because I didn't have stripe wood anyway, and so I might as well wait. Woohoo! It's like party time. Stripe wood party. Ooh, and I'm up to 45 viewers. That is a personal record. That's exciting. That's exciting. 616 says, I know you can fix it, but I'm not sure how. I think it might be an extra smooth. I'll have to play with it because, yeah, I mean, if it's the kind of thing that can be fixed, obviously that would be better. But I'm not bothered, to be honest, with its current implementation. Oh, so nice. Love the combo. Love the combo of striped wood and burled. So if you're just joining, the floors are burled wood, and then this striped wood for the sides. Rema says, if he's not watching, he was real good at guessing you need striped wood. Good point. I guess I could have figured it out from that. Dirty Swede says, you got a new claim. Where did you end up? I'm on Serenity's spine. I'm very close to the spire. Just a very, very close short walk. And I ended up on a lovely hill. Ooh, and it's sunset, guys. My favorite time. The lighting at sunset in the old growth forest is just so beautiful. It's really gorgeous. Yes, 13 Oobs. Omid will be streaming at 4 p.m. Pacific. He confirmed that last night in my channel. Wick says, I actually just figured out how to make microvoxels meet normal voxels, but it's a number of steps. I will certainly check that out. Might not do it on stream just because fiddly things like that. You did! Okay, so it looks like you may have smoothed. Did you do it like an extra smooth on the pip and implement an extra smooth pip? Or how do you do that? How do you do that? Shikoka says, yay, I love how spacious it all feels. Well, right now I don't have any furniture in it, so it's feeling extra spacious. A bit empty, really. I definitely am going to be putting a sectional here. And just a little seating area, kind of to take in the view with a coffee table maybe. And some, I don't know, might make some lamps. I don't really know. We'll see. I haven't really decided yet. I know I'm going to also implement some beams across. I may do that soon. Theory crafting says, so fix microvoxels welding to the floor. So fix microvoxels welding to the floor. Replace the floor after you place the microvoxel. I did try that, but it just made the huge flanges. I'll have to play with it some more. Maybe I'll play with it, not maybe on the stream. That way, when I find something that works for me, I'll be able to come back and show you exactly how I did it without making you sit here and watch a lot of fiddling. Seems like the way to do it. Did I make that a single thickness or a double? Looks like I did double, which is good. That's what I wanted. So I'm just starting to clear this area out, not really doing it that methodically, kind of guessing. Lots of guesswork. Let's see. I'm gonna bring this plaster on down. Oh, and just to reiterate, since I hit my goal of 150 followers, which I have added several more since then, so awesome, so excited about that. I got started just a couple weeks ago, so that's really exciting for me. And to celebrate, I will be giving away 2 alpha keys for EverQuest Next Landmark. So if you don't have the game and you're just drooling over it because it's so freaking awesome, join me tonight, 6 p.m. I'll be tweeting about it again just to kind of remind you. 6 p.m. Pacific, I'll be giving away 2 alpha keys, which is also good for beta, and 10,000 burled wood. So make sure to join me for that. I'm trying to keep an eye on my burled wood, make sure I don't use up any of the wood I plan to give away. Theory Crafting says, you replace one of the microvoxels, not the floor. To fix it, you need to place the floor again. Okay, let's try. So I'll clear this out because this wasn't working for me. Oops. That made a sort of interesting little join. So, copying my microvoxel. Try to get that where it's supposed to be. Okay, so there's the join, which is actually not too bad now that I'm kind of looking at it. That might be okay. I might kind of just go with it. We'll see. But and I'm just gonna fix the other while I have this kind of available. I'll fix this other guy. My, it's fiddly though. Woo. Whoops! That was clearly not what I intended. Not what I had in mind. Is that... Can't rotate the camera because I don't want to... There we go. Okay, so I'll try it with 2 next to each other. That's actually not that bad. So worst case scenario is that, right? So I can live with that. So let's try replacing this floor, which I would assume that doing a blanket replace would create the same effect. And yeah, it produces pretty big joint. I think I would prefer the little, having the floor raise up a little bit to meet it. So I think what I'll do is actually do it again. Did I place it wrong? I did. Of course. At least that undo works much more like you expect it to now with microvoxels. So that was a very nice change that they made. I know Jape Georgeson was really excited about that last night because he works with microvoxels quite a lot. I always manage to try the wrong direction before I try the right direction. And often I go back and forth a couple times between the two because I don't realize it's right. I'm thinking I actually may do it with a slightly less smoothed pip. I think I may do it with a slightly larger one. We'll see. I do like the effect though, because it divides it without enclosing. It breaks it up, gives a little, has a little bit of architectural detail, but it's not going to make this feel like a completely separate enclosed room. Tubby Vermin says, well, here's my update on my castle after a 32-hour stint. Holy smokes, that's a lot. Doesn't look like much from here, but it does have 32 rooms, 8 corridors, 3 towers, a courtyard, basement, work in progress. Holy, wow. Wow. Really cool. I like your the towers. You got those really nice and round. Congratulations. That's a feat. Looking really cool. Looking really cool, Tubby. Okay, guys, I'm going to take just the briefest of AFKs. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to put on an AFK screen. Last night, this crashed crashed XSplit, but I restarted XSplit, so hopefully that's not going to happen again. If it does, I am going to be back. Don't go anywhere. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. It's the, for some reason, I mean, I haven't changed my AFK screen since, or like before having these issues, but for some reason, whenever I go to my AFK screen, it's just freezing up, and I apologize for that. I'll have to check into it. I used OBS I used OBS initially, and had some troubles with it, just because it kept desyncing my audio. So, Rama says, I think they're adding the ability to stream to Twitch directly from in-game too, though probably not too interesting if you can't add your own overlays and stuff. Yeah, I like having the freedom to, I mean, while that's awesome for getting people started, like I think that'll kind of help a lot of people get comfortable with streaming and be a great way to kind of introduce to it. I really like having the freedom to, for example, add the webcam and all that kind of stuff, so you can see my ridiculous faces. Which, by the way, no act, I make those faces. That's just how I roll. Welcome back, Dutch Tiger. I'm gonna actually I'll open up a new dashboard. Do that. Okay. So where were we before we were so rudely interrupted by Aramite? See, I think, you know what it was? The only change I did make is I changed the graphic to have the Aramite with it. So Aramites ate my AFK page. It's happening. Okay, so, ooh, lots of people nearby. Where are they? Oh, they're working on, okay, Thor has a claim here, so I know he's working on that. Cool. Got some visitors. Serenity's waking up. So I'm gonna have some floating stairs, and I know it's a little bit of a point of contention, I guess, these floating stairs, because they don't actually function as stairs, so you have to jump up them. I'm the kind of person, I don't care. I care a little bit more about aesthetics, but I don't know what that says about me, but I care a little bit about more how they look, you know, than having to jump up and down. That doesn't really bother me. Like I said, I care a lot more about how they look. Whoops, I misplaced that stair. Let's fix that. King of the Coconuts, great name, says, does anyone use NVIDIA shadow play streaming? My graphics is too old to support the feature GTX 460, but I heard that is pretty good too. Like you, mine is too old to have it. I'm on a 570. So I can't really, couldn't tell you how that goes. Hopefully someone in chat has tried it and can say how that works. I've thought about getting a streaming card too, but I figured there's a lot of improvements I need to make. Mainly to my processor. I want to upgrade the processor. I have an i7, but it's a fairly old one, which unfortunately also means going to a new socket, which means getting a new motherboard. And since I'll probably overclock it, it means a new CPU or a new cooling as well. I'm liking it. Now let's see, how is this? I feel like maybe one more stairs level down. Hit the floor just a little. I just kind of haphazardly chose this depth level. I'm gonna get a bit lower. Sits on 6 says it gives a much more modern look to things. Floating stairs. I agree. Cold Night says I tried it, but there's a lack of stuff like overlay as well, and you have to run it full screen if you alt tap it closes. Oy. Which says, yeah, Shadow plays pretty smooth, but the lack of overlay stuff is kind of pain in the ass. Yeah, I like having more control over like what's on the screen and stuff. So I think that would bother me. But I don't know. So let's see, for flooring for a basement in a cabin. Probably let's try work slate. I don't know how that's going to work with the plaster. That might be a little. Might have to work with that a bit more. Let's try it. Let's finish the wall so it doesn't look like we've got some weird retro. So the plaster down here is looking very pinky. It's quite possible it's the lighting and that'll change shortly. Dutch Tiger says, yeah, you need a GTX 600 and haven't tried Twitch streaming though. You can add a camera, but I don't know about the donation bar and such. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. And Dutch Tiger says, and I don't see the symbol to stream Landmark with Shadow Play. It could be the kind of thing that where they haven't really added support for it yet, just because I'm sure they're focusing on other issues, like getting, like I know it was a big thing to get the game working with NVIDIA with certain Intel graphics. I don't remember. Certain NVIDIA card? I don't remember. There was a compatibility thing that they had at first. In fact, my other computer was actually afflicted for a while because it like the specifications were like they far exceeded the minimums to play the game, but for whatever reason, like I got black terrain, or basically it wouldn't load voxels. I got no voxel textures, which makes it impossible to mine and stuff. Wow, this mountain actually comes out quite a bit farther than I would have expected, which is just fine with me. It's a basement. It doesn't need to have lots of natural lighting. My first basement actually did, which was kind of strange. It had like, it was kind of exposed. Could do maybe like a corner window so that's a base. I don't know. We'll play with it. Shadow Play streams directly to Twitch. There's no other software you need. Tea is getting cold. It's unfortunate. Check the time. Got a while yet. So I'm falling a little bit into the big box trap, so I need to maybe think a little bit more how I can avoid it. And not just arbitrarily, but just, work with it a bit. Now I know I can't go much this way. I do have a claim boundary coming up pretty shortly after this wall. Enough that I don't really want to go that way too much, just because sometimes things, objects and whatnot interact oddly the closer you get to your claim border, and I just don't want to tempt fate. Rama says, hey, can you remove trees that are only partially on your claim yet? Dave Georgeson mentioned it last night. I don't know. I don't know if I have any that are partially on my claim. God, the lighting. Like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? So gorgeous. I had a little bit of, the loggers came to town and took out some of my trees that are right there, but God. Like, it's, you know what it is? It's the way that the light, this pinky, peachy light, hits. It's the way it hits. Look at that. The way it interacts with the fronds and stuff. I don't even have my lighting turned up. I turn it down while I stream. So you can see, this stuff's all on low. I can't even imagine what it looks like. I haven't actually played it yet on higher graphics settings, because I do that when I'm playing and not streaming, but I haven't done that since the patch. So, God. Incredible. Seriously says, having a completely transparent texture to make an invisible ramp under the stairs to satisfy the game mechanics may be a future workaround for the stair thing. God, wouldn't that be cool? Or glass. Depending on how glass looks whenever they add it, you might be able to get away with it. It might be transparent enough where it's sort of like, you know, like you can just kind of work with it. Because yeah, I mean, it's the same, like it's over 2, down 2, over 2, down 2, so it's still, like if I had that middle voxel, it would still work as a ramp. It's just, like the slope is correct. It's just that I don't put it there because they're floating stairs. I've played a little bit too with putting like a beam that goes underneath, like a line tool beam. I haven't done it, actually, I haven't done it with this build. Let's see. Kind of this kind of thing. I don't know. Something to think about. I would want it too wide, so I'd have to play around with that a little bit to get it clean, but too wide. Dutch Tiger says, yes, I know other games I see a symbol to see if Shadowplay is recording or streaming. I don't have those symbols in Landmark. Roran01 says, on your pit joining, if you do just a 2 times smooth, it will meet up with the floor better. Is that still the case with the new smooth tool? Because 2 times smooth actually makes it pretty tiny now. Workable, but very tiny. And if you're just joining me, I've noticed my viewer count has gone up, which is very exciting and is lovely. Thank you for watching, first of all. And second, hit the follow button. I stream EverQuest Next Landmark every Monday through Thursday and Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, usually till about noon, or longer, just depending on if I just get on a roll. And then also, join me tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific. I will be giving away 2 alpha keys for a Landmark, also works for beta, and 10,000 burled wood. So there's something for everyone, whether you have the game or not. It's absolutely worth it to tune in and watch. All I'm going to require is that you are following me and present. And legally, you got to be over 18, because I get nervous with Twitch's new, they're fiddling around with the terms of service when it comes to giveaways, and so just to be on the safe side, I am going to require that you're over 18. Wick says, seriously, you can currently fake a transparent layer with staggered nanovoxels. They work for collisions and climbing, but are nearly impossible to see. Huh. Even when you're looking for them. Good point. So yeah, staggered, I guess, so that they wouldn't join up, so that they wouldn't cause an actual lattice, but would work with so that the physics would have you walk up them. Nice. Roar1 says, on a regular voxel, but not as small, but it's cleaner. King of Coconut says, 6 p.m. Pacific time is in 7.5 hours from now. It's 6.5 hours from now. 6.5 hours from now. And a U.S. citizen, unfortunately. Is that required right now? First sits on 6? Is that like a Twitch thing? Is that new? Because I know people have given stuff away to non-U.S. residents. I know I have lots of non-U.S. residents, so I'd like to not exclude them if I don't have to. Actually don't need these stairs to be so long, this railing to be so long. Probably about, where will it feel okay not to feel like you're hitting your head? Probably like, it's got that burled wood. Boop. Probably like here maybe? And then cap it maybe here. So it doesn't feel like you're gonna hit your head, but it isn't quite so long. Might even be able to get away with it, bring it up more this way. Let's in fact maybe bring it just, maybe even one more. Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're gonna hit your head, but it conserves space a bit. So first of all, let's fix that floor that I just mangled a bit. And let's go ahead and get my railing going that way, which is going to be some more microvoxel fun. Oops, too high. Sits on 6 says, I'm told so, yes. Where are you getting that from? Like, is there a streamer that's talked about that? Or, because I'd like to not exclude people if I don't have to, but if it comes between that or the potential, whoa there. That was not the result I was looking for. Let's try grabbing that. Let's see. There we go. Jury's still out on whether I'm going to have a on whether I'll have a, I guess it makes sense for me to have a post here, because otherwise that wire is like bending for no reason and supporting itself somehow. So I guess we gotta do it. Which causes a little bit of smoothing weirdness, but I'm okay. If I can resolve it, fantastic. If not, it's okay. Because it's still sort of like, it's at least it's a regular shape. It's not asymmetrical or anything like that. So it looks like it could be part of the design. Sits on 6. Yes, says yes. They said you're not actually allowed to ask where you're from. D-Stars, we're talking about, so I'm giving away 2 alpha keys. Rama, one of my viewers, very generously gave me 2 alpha keys to give away. So I'm going to be giving those for EverQuest Exile Mark. So I'm going to be giving those away tonight, 6 p.m. And we're just discussing sort of the legal details of giveaways on Twitch have sort of been under scrutiny, I guess you could say. I know Tally ran into some issues. I guess that he was banned and maybe perhaps isn't now. But it was a thing. I don't know. And in any case, it's been sort of a sticky wicket, and one of the things I know came up was that California has, I guess, particularly aggressive laws about entrants being over 18. And since I am a California resident, that certainly does apply to me. So I will be watching out for that. But aside from that, I don't know if there's any other particular restrictions that I have to be paying attention to, because I just got started on here. I don't want to get banned from Twitch, but at the same time, I don't want to exclude anyone I don't have to, because I want everyone to try to be able to win the chance to play this game. Rama says it will be 2 a.m. in the UK and 3 a.m. in the rest of Europe, so there probably won't be that many people from here at least. That's a good point. I guess that's the advantage of doing it at that time. And it's getting dark again. I'm going to put up some lights in sort of a vain attempt to alleviate that, but what an odd angle to have as the default. Like I've only been encountering that today. I don't think that's quite straight, but it'll do just for a temporary light source. There we go. Just to kind of make it a little bit easier to work. Hey, Vengeance, I see you are nearby. Dutch Tiger says, I would be here. I'm a night owl, but I already have the game. Daystars, yeah, you're fine so long as you don't limit the giveaway to subscriber only. You can't segregate people or force people to feel like they have to subscribe. Not a problem for me. I don't even have a subscribe button, so all you have to do is be a follower, and I'm not going to do any strange stuff like donate to increase your chances. Yeah, that's a little shady, to say the least, so not going to be doing any of that. Storm Tongue, hey, you're a new face. Welcome. Says, what server and map are we looking at? I'm on Serenity Spine. It's one of the new Old Growth Forest Tundra maps that they added on Thursday. I'm very close to the portal if you want to swing by. If you want to see, by the way, I've clearly got a whole bunch of new people in because my viewer count is much higher than usual, which is exciting. If you want to see stuff that I've done before, if you want to kind of get a feel for how I build, you can check out the claim tours. I've got 3 claim tours for Modern Houses 1, 2, and 3. So you can check those out. Those are on they're YouTube links, and they're down below on my channel page, kind of below where you're viewing this. Sits on 6 says, ooh, good time to try how Topaz looks on the floor. Okay. Pastor says, I'm no night owl, but got it too, so I guess you're all good, Era, as far as I'm concerned. Dark Flame Ice says, this house looks really cool. I hope you can get it to look awesome. I hope so too! It's one of those things, you know, when I'm building, I build kind of slowly, and I have a thing in my head, like I have a concept, not necessarily a layout, but I have sort of a grand plan of I want it to look a certain way, but whether or not we get there is sort of, that's the magic trick, isn't it? So you're all on the journey with me. We'll see. We'll see if we can get there. Right now, the only thing that I'm feeling like we need some elevation changes. May actually reconfigure the floor in here a little bit because this is all feeling very flat. I've got a little bit of an elevation change here, but that's it. So I'd like to have a little bit of a multi-level feel, just because I feel that adds kind of depth and realism and makes it feel more interesting. And hello, Oidad, welcome. Dutch Tiger says, I'm sure you will get even more viewers, Era. You're wonderful and make nice houses online. Like, thank you, that's very sweet, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. So I'm working on a modern cabin, kind of to pay homage to my new claim in the Old Growth Forest. I felt really appropriate to do a cabin, but I want to try to do a modern interpretation of it. Elevated kitchens and bathrooms, always good. It might be worth it for me to go ahead and raise the kitchen. We'll see. It'll be a little interesting trying to get those stairs here. I'd foresee some line tool, which is intimidating, given all these angles that would be meeting up. That would certainly be a very tricky business. But I could see it working in this space. And again, this is going to be this little cubby. I foresee as sort of like a little office nook, maybe with like a built-in looking desk and like a chair and maybe a clock and some shelves, with sort of a room divider that I've sort of hastily gotten in here. Kimball says, build slowly. Only thing I made yet is a dirt cellar for my workstation. It's basically a hole in the ground. You have almost a house up. It feels slow because I deliberate a lot and I talk a lot, and so it's sort of it's not like concentrated building. I don't know if that's like, it's fun for me, but hopefully it's also interesting to watch. Pastor says, is there a chance you might do a fantasy project as well sometime? Yeah, absolutely. I actually, not fantasy quite, but before I saw the Old Growth Forest, before I decided to move, My plan was to do a really high sci-fi building, like lots of, very tall, very, I think I want to use a lot of iron and a lot of emerald, some different color combinations. I've used a lot of these sort of lighter colors and burled wood, and I've used a lot of these natural looking textures. I want to try for something a little bit more alien looking. It's again sort of anachronistic from what fits in the game, but I think it'd be interesting, and the tools are in to do it. So, hey, Mickey Mouse, Woof. So let's see. So if this is sort of a hallway, which is what it's kind of become, and I can't go this way too much. In fact, I may turn on my claim border just to be very aware. That's a really cool. How'd you do that? How did you get the swirls? What? That is a question. There we go. Smonkar says, new follower, your talking is what kept me here. Much better than just watching someone play. I agree. I always like it when I watch other streamers and they talk a lot more. I think it's much more fun, so that's what I try to do. Sometimes I get distracted and I'm like, build. But I try not to. Kimball says, Era, a friend of mine named Flockert is on his way to see what you build. Cool! In-game or on the channel? Either is appreciated. Aperfidiastane? That's a heck of a name, man. It says evac. Oh, evac. Gotcha. Sweet. Got it. Daystar says, I always have an idea for my builds and they just take on a life of their own. But that's okay. That's good. When that stuff happens, I think you end up like something I've mentioned several times now, but it's just so applicable. Is on my modern house number 2, I was so determined to have my stairs going to, just like this. I had a basement, and I was so determined to have my stairs exactly where I had this plan. I was like, they're going to be here, and that's how I want them. And I started to put them there, and I was having that bug where you could delete dirt, but it wouldn't stay deleted. Anytime you did something nearby, it would pop back. And so it would cover up the hole down to my stairs. And I'm like, well, I guess I can't put my stairs there. And it happened a couple places where I attempted to put stairs. Well, by having that problem, it forced me, I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to change my design and have it over in a different place. And what ended up is, because it made me think of other stuff in order to solve that problem, it really ended up actually being a much cooler design, because it made me put the stairs where I wouldn't have normally decided to put them. And it kind of just worked, and it was really cool. It added more authenticity, I guess, to the build. It was really neat. And if you're like, what are you talking about? You can see my modern house number 2, the stairs down to the basement, that's what I'm talking about. So the YouTube plane tour link, you can see that. Stormtongue says, by the way, if you want to turn off the claim box, go under options and uncheck view claim. Yeah, I turned it on just because I know I'm kind of flirting with the claim box here. Ah! Fell through the floor. I know I'm sort of flirting with the edge of my claim here, and so I didn't want to. I wanted to be conscious of where I'm going to run into issues. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe have one more window section here, and then transition into a bedroom. And I'm going to have it sort of be a master bedroom of sorts. Again, overhanging, and I'll deal with the overhang later. I know right now it obviously looks kind of strange. I'll deal with that later. Cold Knight says, this is my temple so far. Do you like it? I must click to find out. Whoo! I really love those. You've got those the spheres and the they almost remind me. It almost reminds me of someone going hi, Hey. You can't see enough of me to see, but I've got my hand on my hip and hand up. That looks really cool. You did the rimmed arches. You made it work. And they're not even just round. They're like rounded, like square rounded. That's really cool. I love those arches and the way you got them rimmed in the stucco. I'm assuming that's stucco. Very nice. Cool color combo too. And yeah, this is what I do while listening to Era Radio. Tuning in. 50 viewers! Are you kidding me? I just hit 50 concurrent viewers? That's exciting! My record up until this morning was 38, so we just smashed that by 12. So woo! Awesome. Grimfire says, wow, Cold, how do you get so many curves? I would love to know too. I think Cold Night should stream. Dark Flame Eyes says, I want to get this game now since it seems so cool. Be here later. Be here at 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is in 6 hours and 13 minutes. Be here for that, and you can have a chance to win one of 2 alpha keys for EverQuest Next Landmark. It's also good for beta. It's good forever. So, and you get all the Dave bump goes a long way. Did I get a Dave bump? I got a Dave bump? Awesome. Click in another image. Ooh! Someone's going modern. I like it, Dutch Tiger. Going modern. Hello. I've got two people hanging out. This is awesome. A little dark. It's a little harder to build when it's dark. I'm starting to get a frame out now, so that it's not quite as challenging. But it is always sort of tough, I think. A little tougher to build when it's really dark like this. And right now the lights aren't quite effective enough to really mitigate the darkness. Let's see, how do I want... This beam would be horizontal, but do I want this to join into a horizontal beam, or do I want the horizontal beam to join into the vertical? I don't know what is more architecturally like viable. Halfway. So I'm just gonna do both for right now, and I'll figure that out later. But that's I really love how you've got the windows on that Dutch Tiger. Dark Flame Eyes says, all right, I'll stay on for a while now. Well, I'll be taking a break. I'm not going to stream all the way through till 6. That would be quite impressive. I do not think I have the fortitude. Yeah, but I will be back at 6. Dutch Tiger says, thank you, Era. Thanks you, Era, inspiring me to build into the mountain and do modern. Woo! Inspiration. Love it. I got a new donation. Thank you so much, Pastor 1844. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you. That's gonna go towards. I'm trying to save up for a new processor and a new motherboard, because I think it'd be nice to be able to stream not just this game in higher quality, but Star Citizen is coming down the pike. April 10th is PAX, and they're debuting the dogfighting module. And once they start moving in that direction, I'm getting interested in streaming it, but it's going to take a monster PC. So I'm working on it. So thank you very much, Pastor. 10 was 10 says, good Lord, Cold. Oh, enough pics. No, I love them. Keep the pics coming. That's why I have links enabled, because I want to see what you guys are doing. Just don't abuse it and spam. Other than that, love it. I wish we had glass. I know. Me too. That's actually, I think I'm going to make a list. I think I'm going to make a list of questions and just have it on my desk or like in Notepad or something. And have a list of questions like when I see Dave Jortson like on a stream somewhere, because he's such a lurker. He's everywhere. No, he's not even a lurker. He like talks so much. Whenever he does that, I always forget the questions I know I meant to ask him. It happens all the time. And it was so hysterical because last night I was talking about it last night. I was talking about, like, man, I forgot to ask this question when Dave was on Yumino's stream. And then he's like, you rang? And he just appeared in chat. And I was like, what just happened? Magics. Coleman says, feel free to use anything you've seen I've done. That is awesome. I am definitely inspired by your arches. Maybe not on this build because I don't think it would be, I don't think it would quite work with this build, but for another build certainly, I may very well try to incorporate something similar. Glass and water. Water, we gotta wait. We gotta be patient for water. It'll come, just not just yet. So last I heard of it, and I've been meaning to check out the guy's channel, but on YouTube. But they've got the Voxel Farm guy working on water, and the last I heard that they've got it. They had it looking good static, but then they started to incorporate flowing water and ran into trouble. Where things like water was trying to climb up mountainsides, you know, like trying to, like a meniscus, but so much worse. You know, water was flowing upwards and being very odd. Yeah, glass would be much easier than water, I think. Especially, I suppose, depending on what type, like, you know, like in Minecraft, in default Minecraft, glass it's still quite, you definitely can see that glass is there. It's not fully transparent. And I imagine they do all sorts of like shine stuff, considering, you know, all the work they did to get the sheen on ice. So I imagine they would, hey mom, oh god, where is he climbing that he's saying hey mom? Because I'm assuming it's a no hands kind of moment. I like those stairs and arches, Daystars. Me too. One sec, guys. Oh, actually, I didn't even see. I was thinking of Cold Nights. I haven't seen Daystars. Ooh, I love your ladder. That's really nice. The way and it kind of even hinges up top. That's really cool. Almost like you know what it reminds me of, those. And I know they got the idea from like medieval technology, where in Lord of the Rings, in Two Towers, when the Uruk-hai put up the ladders, you know, they mount the ladders onto the Hornburg. Why can't I think of the name of the keep? Why can't I think of the name of the keep? Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep. And they have the little metal things that clank down to grab on. That's what it reminds me of. One sec, guys, just one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's really cool, Daystars. Our keeper linked his build as well. Let's see it. Ooh! You made a pillow fort! You know what it looks like? Actually, a really convincing, like really plush chair. That's actually a super convincing chair. Like a lounge chair. I like it. 10 was 10. Kissing booth, our keeper. Call. They'll have to wait. I'm streaming. Just gonna have to wait. Pillow fight, absolutely. I'll have to come up with something cool. Maybe a potted plant here? We have plants now. We could do it, right? Like have a little potted plant. That would be a cool... Okay, how can I make a pot? How can I do this? First of all, I'm not going to do it in situ. I'm going to do it out. Probably like 6 by 6 maybe? Looks like a good fit, so 6 by 6. And then how high? Maybe... So either probably lower like this or higher like this. I guess that depends on the plant, doesn't it? My instinct actually says higher, so maybe, so 6 by 6 by 5. 6 by 6 by 5. Shift it up. And I'm doing it out in space, just 6 by 6 by 5. There we go. Doing it out in space just so that as I'm smoothing and working and stuff, so that if I did it here, I'd mess up like my floor and all that stuff. So I'm doing it out here, and then I'll just copy and paste it. Stormtongue says, well, back to the game. Have fun, folks. See you later, Stormtongue. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so first of all, material. Well, a wood planter would be pretty suspect, so let's do iron. Maybe I might change it to stone, but I can deal with that later. And I'm thinking I want it, let's see. How can I do this? Kind of cylindrical, I guess, is what I'm going for. Puts you into a good mood. I'm already in a good mood. I'm in a fantastic mood. I've had a great stream today. I've had all sorts of viewers from the Dave Bump. Dave Bump. I think Dave should stream. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun to watch? I think it would. Okay, so I think what they did to get a good cylinder was they pixeled it out, right? They kind of manually did this. They smoothed it out. I think they did it with just like a ring, but oh well. That ship has sailed, I guess. So, doing this. Let's see if this will give a good... I don't particularly want to look up the... There are resources like templates almost that you can look up to get good, clean pixel circles. I've used them before, like in Minecraft, to make large-scale circles. We'll see here. So we'll see here if this is... It's a little diamond shape, but that's actually not so bad, is it? That's okay. Wick says the redstone material they brought back is probably the closest thing to clay. I did notice it. I didn't use it, but I did notice it. It was here. Whoa. And this is like the worst possible lighting to check out a new texture, because you can't see anything. That is pretty. It's very warm, isn't it? I think, though, because the floor is so warm, I don't want it to melt into the floor. I think I will keep it a cooler tone. Maybe worked slate. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that works with the plaster floor. So, and now I'm going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and smooth out the bottom. And I can add a bottom later. Wow. Let's get the right tool. I think that might be what I need to work with, because I'm pretty sure the smooth tool is going to want a solid connection there. It's not going to want just corners touching. Grimfire says, this was my original project until the new patch hit, and I can't make anything resembling small robes. Let's see. Ooh, like a fighting ring. You know, you can do kind of what I did here. Make it out of, I bet, striped wood, or one of the wood textures, maybe thatched even, on its side. I bet would work very convincingly. This I made with the modern pip, the pip that they. I didn't use the pre-done one. I took a single voxel of iron, smoothed it twice, and this is what I got. It's very thin. You may well be able to get that to work. Try it. Try it. Let me know. Oh, how do you stop dancing? Yeah, type /stand. Yeah. Strong corners. Yeah, use strong corners to get the smooth tool to work properly. Dust Striker says, Grimfire, have you thought about making white strings like stucco? Yeah, stucco could work. Plaster might work. It might be a little more, it might have a little bit more texture just to give the illusion of rope or cord. Did I get the whole thing? I did get the whole thing. So you don't really need a perfect buffer with the new smooth tool. So let's, actually, hey, not so bad, not so bad. I'm kind of curious to see, can I, you know, the idea is you're supposed to be able to smooth down to nothing, so I kind of want to see what that actually, like, if that works in this context. Whoa. I would assume, yes, but, okay, so it does start, I went like donut, it looked like a donut, which makes me hungry. I didn't really have a proper breakfast this morning. Okay, so that was the original. I'm going to step it through until I find a good version I'm fond of. So I started running into voxel pop there, so I don't want to go that far. So maybe like, whoop, hit the Windows key. Maybe, oh, did I So I actually think the voxel pop's only on top. I might be able to select out a layer here that doesn't have it. Let's try it. Nothing hurts. It's not going to hurt anything from trying it. So let's try to, what did I say, 5 high? 6 high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Is that what I said? I can't remember what it was like 6 by 6 by 5, was it? 6 by 6 by 5. 5, okay. So I made this a little too tall. So that's 5 tall. So I did get the planner shape, but now this is sort of not, it's pretty narrow for a plant, not exactly the most convincing thing. Grimfire says, yeah, but the new smooth tool, I just hate it. Oh, really? Well, Dave Dorson did say that if there's enough outcry for the previous tool, that there's a good chance we could get it back as like an additional tool, like and have both. So if you really feel strongly about it, I'm sure if you post on the forums, they do read it. They really do take that into account. So, I mean, because it's alpha, they're looking for player feedback. It's actually, because it's so smooth, the donut is so thick and luscious looking, and I want to roll it in sugar and eat it. It's making me so hungry. I have gummy bears, but I don't know if I want to sit on stream and eat gummy bears. The struggle of the streamer, guys. First world problems. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Let's see. Might be able to. Let's see. I'm gonna paste the donut again and see now if I can maybe smooth out. Actually, I'm gonna probably do need to stack it a couple times, just a couple, not the full width or anything. Maybe 3. And then attempt to clear out some of that middle and then smooth it again and then recopy is the plan or something. So, oh, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Because it's going right to the edge. Now that I've started this, I'm kind of set now on a cylindrical planter. Now I'm just like, but I'm thinking, well, I could just go default back to a squared planter. Now I want a curved one. Wick says, I'm trying to be open-minded and not hate the new smooth tool, but it's difficult when I'm trying to add subtle detail and it gouges things. To be honest, I haven't worked enough with the new smooth tool in different scenarios to have a strong feeling one way or another. Dutch Tiger says, I need to practice making arches. Really haven't tried making arches yet with the smooth tool. One of the biggest things that I found that helped with arches was using a sphere that wasn't so this is the size of the sphere that I originally went with to make the template for the arch, and it came out really really poppy, had some weird smoothing issues. So what I did was I made the circle bigger. I used this big old circle, but I placed like this kind of thing. I placed a square on it so that I could then, when I used the delete tool, it was this big guy, but I had it out enough that it only gouged out a slight, it was a much shallower curve from there, and it vastly improved the arch I was able to make. I made a completely clean arch, but still with sharp edges. Like, the curve was smooth, but the edges themselves were sharp. That's what I'm going for. Dutch Tiger says, I guess people need to get used to the new smoothing tool, but maybe they should add, maybe something they should add to the tool is like a slider where you define the intensity of the smoothing. That would be lovely. I don't know how intense that would be on the coding, from a coding perspective. That seems like it might be kind of intense. And like maybe something that would need to be farther down the road, something we wouldn't see for a little while, I would think, but maybe not. Could be wrong. Daystar says, I just hate that you can't make arches with the new one, especially easier with the sphere delete now, but you can only make 3 sizes. Yeah, I think with the sphere, what you can make a pretty big difference in the curvature by how deep you put the delete tool in. Like, if you're getting the full effect of that full circle, or if you have it out on something, have your pointer out so that it doesn't cut out that entire circle. That's how I did it. Daystar says, I posted a thread on the forums how to do it like that. Cool. If you have the link to it, maybe link it so that so other people have the resource to look at. So, the dilemma remains. Grimfire has linked the PvP arena he was working on last night. Oh, so many tabs. So many tabs. I like that. It's kind of like an antique take on a fighting ring. I guess the true antique take on a fighting ring would be like the Colosseum. But I mean like a different take on like a fighting ring. That looks really cool. I like how it looks suspended in a way. I like it. Oh my gosh, I have so many tabs open now. Let's close some. It's getting a little too intense. There we go. And I've gone a little bit over. I'm at 12:10. I normally stream till 12. I'll probably keep going for just a little bit. Maybe till 12:30 or so. And then I'll probably take a break for a little bit. I need to eat. I really need to eat. And then I'll be back for my giveaway. I'm giving away 2 alpha keys to EverQuest Next Landmark, 6 p.m. Pacific. So definitely be there. All you have to do is follow me, and you will have the ability to enter. Follow me and be 18. Follow me and be 18. And if you're there, you can win. Grimper says, yeah, but I deleted it to start again because like I said, the building was just bad. This is the outside. The outside, consider that it doesn't have to match the inside. It can have a vastly different shape. And try try maybe to approach it so that, like I've said, so that you keep going in an area, because while sometimes you can come up with stuff where it doesn't match the whole, sometimes it gives you enough ideas that you can continue. Which just linked another image and said, "This inner circle big enough?" Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is a 6 by 6. Okay, let's play with that. Let's see if I can do a similar thing. So the difference is you didn't take the outer corners out so much. So that's, I guess, how you got the 6 by 6. Oh, and it actually shrunk the dimensions so much that I didn't have my 6 by 6 anymore. So you took off a single corner voxel. Whoa, no. Let's get that. You took off a single corner voxel and then made sure that it was all one thick. Cool. I'm going to delete this because it's really not helping me. Not helping me. Whoop. So I'll probably need to make a few thicknesses of that to get the smoothing, to make the smoothing gods happy. Sure that's offset. There we go. Whoa, camera shift. That's exciting. Maybe one more for kicks. 2 more for kicks, I guess. Going crazy. So Daystar's just linked the forum post to do with arches. He said you can mess around with the buffer you use. Just remember, any one voxel arch you make, paste it a couple times and take the smooth middle piece. Cool. So I'm going to smooth this sucker out. By the way, I apologize when my air conditioning kicks on. I know you can hear it, but the unit's like right here. So there's not a ton I can do. Smooth it. Can I get away with once more? Can I get away with even? Wow. Why is that colliding? Cool. I think that's the ticket. So now I'm to get clean edges. Down one actually. To get clean edges, I'm gonna grab it from the center. Grab my little donut. Delete this again because again it's not helping. That's staggered, that's not helpful. I needed it 3 or 5 high, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that may be it, folks. Sweet. Fun times with the smooth tool. Now, it'll be interesting to see what that does when I put it on the floor. Let's find out, I guess. Oh, not bad. Nice. It didn't freak out. Sweet. That's really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some dirt, and I'm perfectly okay with it if it sort of disrupts, because I'll bring the dirt level to about here, and I'm perfectly fine with it if it melds and does weird things, because it's dirt. It's not meant to be 100% perfect. So So let's, no, not it. Okay, let's do this. This is gonna be, this is probably not the most efficient way to do things. I recognize this. But it's how I'm gonna do it. Because it just is. I'm gonna make it slightly irregular and maybe like, I don't know if I'll be able to get a baby smooth tool in there, but we'll try it. Just make it sort of lumpy like dirt. Okay. And now I'm going to get the smooth thing and just kind of smooth it so it's not quite so angular, and that's going to, I don't want to mess with the lip very much, but anything else is fair game. Just so that I don't have like really distinct angles and stuff. I'm going to put a plant in on top of it anyway, so it's not overly critical. And actually, I'm going to see if I can smooth out that top lip again. See if it's possible to do it with, come on now. See if it's possible to do it by recopying a ring. Somewhat. I'm tempted to actually make the top of the ring a different texture. Fix what I broke. There we go. Actually, that dirt was okay there. Dirt was okay there. I actually need to add perhaps another here. There we go. Maybe even here. And smooth it out. There we go. Just to kind of have a thing. I don't know. Now I kind of want to actually paint this a different color. And again, obviously using the paint tool, because otherwise if I use the add tool, I'll destroy the entire curved surface. Wow, chat just went nuts! You guys are posting all these things? Oh no, some of this, part of it was from earlier. Okay, cool. Wick says, Era, as a side tip, I stack a ton of stuff for curves. If you place your mouse on the floor before you copy paste, your anchor is in a different spot, so you can more easily stack with the mouse wheel. The new layers shouldn't jump. Cool. Adric is back and has a fluorescent green name. And hello, Blazing Noodles, welcome. Good to see you. Okay. So going with iron, maybe some horizontally banded. I struggle to do paint work maybe while it's during the nighttime because you're not gonna be able to see it. Okay, let's try a plant. I'm gonna delete this craziness over here. Delete all this nonsense. And I should probably, if I'm smart, I'll probably template this guy, although I guess if I ever wonder how to do it again, I can just watch my own stream. And this guy. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there just for now. So I'm gonna plop down a forge. If I can recognize, there it is. In plain sight. So looking for a plant. Now I don't know if I might actually want like a stumpy tree. Ooh, dense jungle banyan root. Not for this, but just, ooh, I can see some, okay guys, remember how I was talking about sticks in pots? Banyan root. I can flip it up so that the points are coming up. It would look totally convincing. I'm so gonna do that. It's happening in this cabin, guys, mark my words. Mark my words. So excited about that. And if you're just like, what are you talking about? I see it quite a bit in like Pottery Barn catalogs and stuff like that, and you guys are gonna be like, the hell, you know, whatever. But You see it all the time with like vases, and then they have some like sticks popping up and stuff, and it's nice. It looks cool. Sits on 6s. Try the band on the platter in topaz, please. 1 second. Just gonna see if I can find. I don't really want whole huge things. I want little things. Hollowed out old. Ooh, that's neat. Cool that they put those in. They're hollowed out trees. That's really nice. So I'm looking for small, no, not small desert tree. It looks dead. Jungle palm, curvy palm, all the roots. Maybe this guy, maybe the flat jungle palmetto. Let's see plants. Jungle fern. Ooh, I like those. Don't want a cactus. That would not go with the feel I'm trying to go for. These are all, the desert plants are all very kind of gray yellow. Daystar says, I want my bonsai tree. You can do it. You can make a bonsai tree. That's a nice one. It's got some color. That'd be nice. Ooh, sawtooth bulbous desert succulent. These are those berry tundra bushes I was looking at earlier. Like that. It's got color. I wonder what this would look like scaled up. Now it's kind of a colder looking flower. I might have wanted something with more warmth, so I'm gonna hold off just for now. So you're saying try it with topaz? Let's see. I'm not getting the glow. I know it. On some settings, it gives off a really nice glow. But I think that might be my lighting or my shadow settings. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can only make 10,300 and something of those plants. So choose carefully. Exactly, Wick. I gotta think ahead. You know. Now I'm more limited by inventory space, really. Speaking of which, I'm actually just gonna put down a vault down here with no design whatsoever, but just so that I can put some of this dirt away and have a little bit more room so that when I'm making stuff I can put my stuff where my stuff goes. There we go. So I liked that white flower, but and it might be the lighting, but it seemed a bit cold. I kind of want to see if I can find something a bit warmer. I looked through here, I got through there. Fungal mound. Nothing says cozy cabin like fungal mound. Ooh! Oh, fungus shelf. It's pretty though, isn't it? You know, you could probably use that as sort of like make it almost look. Fish tank, that's coral. If you had a fish tank. I like the ferns. Those ferns are nice. Ooh, old growth fern cluster. Make one of those. Fern cluster number 2. Amber leaf plant, cotton plant, earth blood. That's pretty. Vile bloom. Let's see that. Flax, jute, silk fall. Deathleaf. Okay, actually, since silk fall, you can't actually see it. Oop, not that. That. Okay, it's kind of droopy looking. I don't think I want it too droopy looking. So the choice is going to be between this vile bloom plant. Ooh, it glows. It's a little, let's see. Okay, so it's a little off angle, so I need to fix that. So let's see if I can place it properly. Okay, so it doesn't have the same height. That might, as beautiful as the plant is, I think, because that's completely filling the interior of the pot. If I made it any bigger, it would start coming out, I think, in a way that would not look it doesn't have the fullness and the height I'd like to see, considering how big the planter is. But we can consider it. I really like the glow. Might run into the same thing with the fern cluster, but let's see. I think we need to rotate it. It's not very tightly grouped, is it? You know, the fern cluster might actually look good, like with the, where did it go? It was like a white flower. Shoot, where'd it go? I had it. It's a vine. Where'd it go? I didn't delete it. Did I put it in my vault or something? No. So that's the bile bloom. That's the one that glows. It's the firewood. Where'd it go? Dutch Tiger says, I wonder if we will be able to build underwater in them, or like make an Atlantis. Well, I would think it might be difficult, especially if, you know, assuming might require, I don't know, I would guess that they plan to have some sort of underwater breathing or something like that. Most games that have water that cause suffocation do. What does jute look like? Not sure. Crops, plants, jute. What was that other one? It was like, was tundra, it was like a white flower, white tundra flower. This guy. Wow, daylight came kind of suddenly, didn't it? It was like dark night, and now it's like sunlight. So jute. Jute is like it's pretty, but it's very simple. Ooh, but actually scaled up like that, it makes a nice, like kind of fills up. Might add that in as a layer, you know, to kind of fill up and, you know, layer it in and make it look more, more like that. Okay. I definitely made the Wi-Fi. There it is. I'm like, I totally made it. This might be all just too much, but let's try it. It might be too much, but let's see. It's gonna be hard now to. There we go. Ah, come on now. Sirens outside my place, not yours. Nobody panic. Those do have very different flower or leaf types. That might be just too much happening. But it is very nicely filled out, isn't it? Maybe I'll pick up, can I even select it? I don't know, it's gonna be tough. Merowin. Oh, new face. Welcome, Merowin. Says, can't wait for the beta to start at the end of the month. That's going to be exciting too. Just, I mean, every time I add new stuff, it's just really cool. Dutch Tiger says, I should ask Omid. Maybe you could answer that, or they haven't thought about it again. But if you're allowed to go underwater, they would have to populate that too a bit. That's a good point. I mean, if you're going to have water, you have to have all sorts of unique water shrubs, you know, and not, you know, like slimy, like seagrass, or not seagrass, but like, you know, like lake grass that grows in the lake bed. Jute is the baby's breath of landmark florists. I think so. It just kind of adds more volume. Although in this case, it might be a little too much. It might look a little too crammed there. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think this looks too crammed, or do you think it just like looks like lush and nice? How do you find striped wood? Grimfire, it's in several different places. If you're on you can find it on the old islands, the temperate or the tropical forest and desert. There are desert plants that look like just straight up palm trees, the very tall, frondy ones. The ones that look like, I can actually even show you. The ones that look, not like that. Looking for it? I probably already scrolled past it. I know I saw it. Jungle palmetto, no. Tall jungle palmetto, no. No. This guy. So this guy, there's a curvy version, or the jungle palm. You'll see them in deserts, certain deserts, and usually they grow in big clusters with lots of them around. So these guys give striped wood. And then some of the trees from, not all of them, but some of the trees from the old growth region give it as well. The straighter, taller ones, not the big, huge ones, but the straighter, taller ones. Actually, this one might, but I don't want to cut it down because it's on my claim and it looks pretty. So this one would. You see how it's slightly thicker, but it's still very straight and very tall. This gives striped wood. Yes, and also like coral reefs and interesting things, yeah. Wick says, I always try to err on the side of less is more so things don't look too busy and start looking forced. That's how I'm feeling about the, wow, what's on fire? Oh, the forge. Forgot I had it there. Yeah, I think I've got at least one too many layers here. Trying to think. I think the ferns are maybe the thing that has to go. I think to get to them now I'm going to have to pick up this. I'm going to pick up the ferns. They gave a lot of fullness, which was pretty, but I think maybe better to do it this way. Let's move it, center it. If I can keep it selected, I'll probably move it again. I do like that better, I think. It's still full enough to not look too diminutive for the planter. It's a heavy planter. But it, oops! Did I really? Misclick. That's sad. Scale it up again. There we go. Eric says the straight tall ones grow in the tundra, old growth biomes a lot. Yes, they give striped wood. Wick says Grimfire, the Trailblazer axe is meh. Agreed. You'll want to find, or you want to craft a gold axe, and at the moment it doesn't often give you the better varieties. So like the blue ones, I happen to have a blue one that was given to me by a viewer actually. Vengeance very generously gave me one. But they definitely are much better for harvesting wood. But even the green gold axe, unless you happen to have like a legendary copper axe, the green gold axe, that's the fast variant, or a blue one, if you can get it. Yes, I agree, Adric. Gold as a tool is silly. It would just deform horribly, but there you have it. Wick says, Grim, technically gold is the best possible, but it's so close to the copper axe that most people are just making a crap load of cheap copper axes to get the one that outclasses most gold. Yeah, if you get a legendary copper axe, it's better than, like, I mean, obviously it's not going to outclass the legendary gold, but it's much harder to get a higher quality gold one just because the mats are much tougher. It requires burled wood. The copper axe only requires copper ingots, elemental copper, to just farm up copper, and plain wood logs. It doesn't require any burled, which is nice, versus the gold requires elemental gold, which is hard to come by. Oh, they changed the graphic for burled wood plank. That's interesting. I like that. And gold ingots. So my hunger is somewhat overwhelming me. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and end the stream, at least for a bit. So I will see you guys definitely later at 6 p.m. I will be giving away 2 alpha packs for EverQuest Next Landmark. So be there for that. As long as you're following me and as long as you're present and over 18, you'll have a chance to win. No shenanigans, no donations, no any of that. So be there for that. And then my normally scheduled EQN cast will resume Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. I do Monday through Thursday and Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, so I will definitely be there for that. And who knows, may get a bonus stream in there somewhere too. So I will see you guys later for that giveaway. Also, 10,000 burled wood is on the line as well. I'll be giving away 10,000 burled wood. Okay? So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.